welcome to another Sunday here with us at Ages Past. I am your DM for today, and I am surrounded by my lovely selection of players to torment and tease in tonight's episode. Let us introduce them to you all so you can get to know them personally, so that the terror and pain that they suffer is a bit more on an empathetic level for all of you. Let's go with first ladies. Ladies first.
I don't want to!
You're in the middle of a dungeon. You know that it's hell.
Oh god. My name's Kayla. I'm playing Valendra. She's a half-elf, half-tiefling warlock, Pact of the Undying. And she has a fine familiar who she is named Winnie. After her Winnie. It is her Winnie, but it's not her Winnie. It's a very confusing thing.
Well, it is her Winnie. But yes, anyways. Next in our lineup, with a little less confusion about themselves, I hope.
Man, everyone's giving me sass tonight. I don't like it.
I don't know, I think he's still pretty confused about himself.
I know,
honestly.
he might be very confused now, considering what he's just done.
Right.
I can't believe you've done this, but go on.
Oh, God. Don't. Hello, my name's Scott, and I'll be playing Varkesh Stormcaller, the
Betrayer!
the half-dragon forged cleric, who was apparently evil until someone saved me.
Yep. And, of course, the next person in our lineup, the sneaky and the dastardly.
And the sweet cinnamon roll who would never betray his party, unlike some. Rook, the half-Kenku, half-tiefling inquisitive rogue.
Half-kink?
The
Yes,
half-kinky.
Well,
The half-kinky.
I don't judge people's life decisions.
You shouldn't.
and of course, last but not least, we have...
Hey, I am Connor, and I am playing Smoky Cloud, the half-tabaxi, half-fire Ganassi Abjuration Wizard.
Yes, excellent. Now, of course, just so you guys know, as many hours as you spend with us here in Ages Past, you are accumulating points that can be used to influence the game. By spending 1,000, you can buy an inspiration dice, which we can give to any player, and they can re-roll any of those failed ability score checks or saving throws or hits that they might try to get that winning killing blow or that slight saving grace before they die. So be on the lookout and be sure to send the gifts their way because they might need it. And of course, we operate every Sunday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we have games that are also on Monday, Tuesday, same time as well. And we get occasional ones on Friday until I think this might be the last one this week. I can't remember. But keep an eye out. We have lots coming up, and we also have one coming this Wednesday. That is the premiere of Season 2. So be sure to stay tuned to all the excitement that's happening. We are also starting to introduce new introductions and character art as well into the stream. Keep an eye out as we will keep improving and developing to make it a better experience for all of us. Now, after covering all that bit of information, I think it is time to do a recap from last week.
No, we don't.
No, I think it is. I think we're ready to have, Varkesh face his moment of betrayal.
It's not my fault!
So yes, last week, the party had reconvened in the alleyways, trying to fend off and take down some Kenku. Luckily for you, you were able to do so with quite a lot of daggers pummeling that one Kenku to unconsciousness, while the other one was eventually subdued as well.
Yep.
Now, taking them into your custody, you brought them outside of the city walls to interrogate them as you bound them to an anvil with some manacles, giving your your warlock a chance to try and suggest or persuade some information out of them. Sadly, it was not that successful, but you were able to uncover a small bit of information here and there before they dimension doored away. Grabbing onto his ally, one Kenku just popped them out, safe and sound, away from harm. After discussing amongst yourselves what to do next, you did come to an agreement of sorts to try and send a message to Rook's parents in hopes that perhaps they could find an arrangement or at least a meeting to tell them about some of the discoveries that Rook had uncovered, as well as to try and make them see a bit of reason to his current predicament and not try to force him into his betrothed state. As you sent Winnie over there, Winnie had a bit of a time making his way through the city, wearing a badge that was not necessarily the smartest move, as he darted and ducked and weaved away from pursuing Kenku of rival clans, almost taking the Fennec Fox to themselves. But luckily, Winnie crossed the bridge, made it across and into the cathedral for safety, allowing him to deliver the message as he arrived and spoke with Valindra's voice to convey a bit of what was occurring, as well as to understand the current location and questions that Rook had. As you went and eventually talked with Rook's father for a brief moment, you found that Winnie's senses were cut short, briefly taken offline as someone seemed to sever the connection, preventing you from divulging too much information about a set of assassins, as you called them, that were sent to find and abduct Rook, which your father seemed to have no idea about. Though, at this time, you found that there was a little bit more of a pressing matter, as a very familiar wizard elf friend conveyed a message to Varkesh to notify him that he was needing to get to the vaults as soon as possible in hopes to find his wife, due to the fact that there was something coming, and if they didn't hurry, it might be too late. With little time left to warn them, he cut off his message and was heard no more. With left with little choice, you guys ventured down into the vaults, having Rook lead you through the passage and tunnels, finding your way to the stone doors that led inside that he pressed his insignia upon, allowing you entry. Going through a few tricks and puzzles, Varkesh did seem to succumb to the first trap, which changed his alignment slightly. As you went into the next room, you were able to uncover that the answer was to press down on 2 switches in order to open the door, but by doing so you would raise a pool of acid upon the person who was holding them down. As this happened, of course, you found that there was a chance for Rook to try and do that and acrobatically leap away. Unfortunately, he slipped and fell and landed in the acid, which Valindra and Varkesh both attempted to pull him out, but Valindra grabbed him and dimension-doored straight across into the other room, as you solved a few more puzzles and went around to see what you could uncover, landing into lightning traps, closed doors, and eventually a room full with treasures and 2 helmed horrors that guarded the exit. As you tried to escape, there was a battle that ensued, going between dodging and keeping them from pressing buttons, as well as trying to survive, as Varkesh had a bit of a moment of anger and frustration, taking it out upon his former party members. Luckily, Smokey was able to understand that magic was afoot, and took his time to really concentrate on Dispel, and with a nat 20, luckily removed the effect upon the party member, giving him giving him a conscience again, allowing him to understand the results of his actions, and perhaps seeking the forgiveness of his allies. But that is where we are, in the depths of the vaults, with all of you remaining here. What do you wish to do?
I've been a bad dragon.
Sorry.
By the way, real quick thing. If you want to type anything out, try not doing it in Zoom. The little black window pops up. It covers actually Scott's face. It keeps appearing right there.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. It's okay. Discord's the place. But go on. Continue.
We got the door open, though, right?
You did.
Pushing the left. Okay. Okay, I think we need to get out of here now.
Yeah.
Yes, I would agree. Best we move.
I'm just standing there.
I did
dumbfounded.
disable that trap along the way as an aside. We should be able to move through without issue.
Alright, let's go.
Alright, now as you make your way across Valindra, please make a perception check for me.
Oh my
No.
god. My perception sucks. Why did you guys let me go first?
I was waiting for Rook.
Here we go.
Okay. So, Valindra, I mean, you are keen on having a good sense of vision in front of you, but it takes you a moment to realize that as you approach all the way to the side, the hallway that led you out has been blocked off by what appears to be a stone ledge that has slowly moved across and is now completely crunched on the other side. The passage is blocked, and there does seem to be another way, though it leads deeper into the vaults.
Rook, I fucking hate your family.
Just letting you know, guys, I'm running in the dark here, and no one's going to address the problem.
Smokey does hairball and wow.
Okay, so you have light Varkesh's way as you make your way into a dug-out section of the vault. You can see that the catacombs, the place that they had turned into a storage facility, now has been expanded upon. You can see that this is a dug, dry earth that has been pushed and moved aside, with the heavy stone being left in place, allowing them to move the loosened gravel. But it does seem to weave its way into a direction that, as you listen and quietly stand for a moment, you can hear the sounds of water dripping occasionally in the distance. But that's all you can hear right now. Not very keen, all of you are not high on your perception to notice anything else.
Look, is this something that usually happens in here?
Right, well, they are vaults. They're meant to be difficult to get into and even harder to get out of if you don't know the way.
Okay, so which way do we go?
Do I remember anything about a potential way out?
Make a history check with disadvantage.
Okay.
Oh.
Varkesh leans down and whispers to Smokey, "Are you okay?"
Only an 8. Not great.
For you,
Smokey's not answering.
Smokey's twitching and trying not to he doesn't respond.
all right.
Varkesh's ears just drop. He feels really bad.
Oh. Well, Rook, sadly, you don't recall much. This seems to be a recent expansion to try and make room and to add additional space, as well as to maybe perhaps make a new additional measure of security to try and thwart those who might be successful in abducting any treasures or goods inside the vault.
Well, I would love to say I know the way, but unfortunately this is all new to me. Must have been done while I was away.
Okay, best guess. Left or right?
Best guess left. It seems to be the preferred path based upon those previous notes that we found on the new tomb.
Valendra, you don't have Winnie with you now, right?
No,
He's
I have to
away.
restitch him.
Alright, okay, get ready to sneak about. I don't know what other measures they may have. It could be something similar to the guards that were present to the Dragons' vault.
Whose?
The Dragons. Remember that whole circumstance where Jin Thrit asked us to help him raid another Dragon's vault?
I remember. Jim.
Sure. Alright, so I'm gonna start moving ahead quietly now.
Okay, make a stealth check. Are you moving separate from the party, or are you all going together?
I mean, my intent was to go.
I will attempt to stealth.
I rolled poorly regardless.
I beat the rogue at stealth!
You did?
Oh, I rolled a 4 on dice.
Oh, well. That's to be expected for the lumbering plate wearer. But, so, you move as
Smokey will
quiet-
stay back.
Yeah, as you move quietly as you can, as Smokey does his best to try and help Varkesh, making too much noise, as he's able to pad him a little bit, and just you can see that as the clink happens, you slide in a soft paw, the fur kind of muffling a bit as you do your best to keep him as quiet as possible. The rest of your party moving as silently as they can. Rook, you make your way to the left as you can hear the sounds of the dripping water grow louder. As you approach there, you can smell a bit of the wet air, as well as a bit of something more rank and filthy, almost like feces and garbage, as well as some other damp, maybe moss or mildew smells that you can also pick up. But at the moment, that's all you can tell from where you're standing as you slowly creep forward. Okay, as you get to that point, you see in the center what appears to be a large mound, a pile of what could be refuse and trash that has scattered itself across the water's edge. But you can see at the very top there is one thing that stands very prominent above the rest, a gleaming sword of silver. You can see that it stands embedded into it as it has itself erect, high up atop a mound, and it just seems to be sitting there, quietly, unmoving, with the rest of the filth.
I would like to examine that filth pile and anything else in the vicinity for any traps related to that sword first.
Sure, make an investigation check.
23, technically.
Alright, you don't see what would be considered the obvious signs of traps. No tripwires, no pressure plates, nothing that seems to be nearby. As you peer at the trash pile, it shifts occasionally from time to time. It might look like it's just being slightly like decayed as over time it just topples a little bit here and there, or just kind of moves.
Okay. I'll poke my head back in over here. I see something that could be worth grabbing. I don't see any traps around it. It may be something magical in nature, though. Smokey, might you be able to check?
I can try. So I'll come up over to here.
And I'll just gesture to that silver sword up on top of the refuse pile.
It looks like a dead end. But can he do like an Arcana check
If you want to tell just from a distance via general knowledge about magical items, you can make an Arcana check.
Well, Rook said that he doesn't see any traps, so Smokey will trust Rook. How deep is the water, Rook?
Not that deep, probably maybe shin deep.
Okay. I don't like it.
When Smokey gets to the water, I'm just going to grab his shoulder and pull him back. I don't like the idea of him going into the water. I'm very protective now.
All right. Smokey will try to do an Arcana check the best he can from this distance.
As you try and peer and check to see, could it be? You make an Arcana check.
Dirty 20.
Well, you definitely can tell that silver, for its properties as a normal metal, usually tarnish and in some way show wear and tear over time. This is pristine and doesn't seem to have any signs of age, so that's a good indication it could have magical properties.
Well, Valindra, do you want to try and use your hand to just see if even touching it does something terrible?
I will get as close as I can, and I'll cast Mage Hand and just try to, interact with the sword. I don't think I'm going to be able to pick it up, but...
Yeah, well, you're definitely within 30 feet as you bring the Mage Hand out, and it floats towards the top of the pile. As it gets to the sword, it grabs the hilt and pulls it out. Right? You just want to take it out? That's what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, as your hand grabs it, it just goes... and it has a bit of trouble, and as it continues to try and jiggle it free, you notice the mound begin to shift. And you see a tentacle pop out. Another one. A third one. And now you see a monstrous creature starting to emerge from the refuse pile. I need you all to roll initiative for me, please.
Knew it'd be something like that.
Darn enough strong.
Oh, God, I'm rolling poorly.
Alright.
Stop rolling like me.
Oh.
Woo! Oh, wow.
Alright.
It says I have 20. That is amazing.
Do that.
So we have...
That would work.
that's right. Double.
It's a double.
It's a double. There we go.
It's a double. I don't like it.
Oh, I know those things.
You know nothing.
Alright. And
No,
okay,
nothing.
Varkesh missed his
Doesn't,
token.
but I do.
I'll add
Mine's-
you in
mine's a
real
20.
quick.
Scott, did you click your token when you rolled?
I did, surprisingly.
Don't worry, we're adding it right now. There we go.
Marvelous.
Okay, and so now we roll for the creature's initiative. Okay, just slowly finding. There you are. Alright, and then make sure that this is shareable for all of you, so you can see the rolls. Never whisper rolls. Excellent. Alright, and it is going to roll a 11.
I get to go first for once. This is amazing.
I get to go last. That actually works out pretty okay.
Oh, wait, shit, you do. Damn.
Alright. Let me just move it down a little bit so I can actually see the add turn order. There we go. And move you back up. Alright. So then, at the top of the round, we actually start with Varkesh.
Yay! Still feeling incredibly bad and constantly looking back and forth to Smokey and the monster and I don't really feel good today, but beacon of hope on everyone.
Okay, as you radiate the holy energy out, everyone is suddenly blessed by your light as they feel the warmth seep into them. All healing is now at maximum effect, and you have advantage against advantage against death saving throws, and you have it on wisdom saving throws. So, with that done, are you going to move?
I will indeed. I shall move. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. As best as I can.
Okay, so then, as you scuttle away into that direction, you move as one can with a clunking armor. Smokey, you are next.
All right. Crispy and water. So if you can paint a picture for me, is this thing like the sword's on top of this creature or something, or?
As it has emerged, you notice that as it's shuffling and moving the refuse pile, the sword is embedded in the creature.
Oh, that kind of sucks for it, but okay. Smokey. He doesn't know how big. Yeah, he doesn't know how bad this thing hits yet. So he's just going to go ahead and do his produce flame and spit out his buzzball at it.
All right, go ahead and throw your cantrip. 23, that hits.
Yeah, 11 points of
fire damage. Nice. So you definitely see that your fire just gets lugged and begins to burn and sear off some of the disgusting flesh just right by the front. It's enough to make it hurt, but not enough to really make much of a crack in its armor.
Sure. Then Smokey's going to hide behind this pillar here.
Alrighty then, as you duck and hide behind the rock stalagmite, we go to Valindra.
Okay, I'm gonna bonus action move Hex, because it should still be up from last
It is.
fight.
I don't think your concentration broke, so you are still good to go.
And then I will do Toll the Dead.
Okay, great.
Has to make a wisdom save, not a dex save.
That's fine, because that's not what that is. Alright.
Oh, that's a concern.
Yes. And now we have... It makes a wisdom save?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yes.
Its wisdom save is a 20. So, as you try to bring this death toll towards it, it doesn't seem to receive the sounds and is not susceptible to the damage. It looks like it's fine.
And what stat are you hexing?
Wisdom.
Oh, okay, wisdom check.
Just kidding, I'll do strength, because that makes
Okay,
sense.
alright, strength it is. Okay, so, before the creature goes, Smokey and Varkesh, as you dart around this stalagmite, you see, for you, Smokey, as you're pressing up against it, an eyeball just opens
my
up right next
God.
to you and looks at you. As Varkesh, you can see other eyeballs popping open and a mouth spreading wide with vicious teeth as tendrils sling out, one quickly wrapping around Smokey.
It can try.
It will try. So it is going to make its first attack with a tendril towards Smokey, and that is a 19.
That hits.
Alright, you are grappled, and at that point it is able to pull you right to it.
Yep. Ropers!
And you're already right into its thing, so it just goes ahead and tries to bite you. With advantage. Natural 20, I believe.
Oh, if it has advantage,
Let's see, does it
then
have advantage with that? Let me double check.
it depends on
It
if it gets...
does not, so no.
And it's a miss!
It's a 13, so it misses. As it tries to bite onto Smokey, Smokey is just able to wiggle out of the way, and it gives it a little bit of a hard time to kind of get its jaws around. But the other tendril goes towards Varkesh.
Oh dear.
And that is a natural 20. As Varkesh is...
Wait, is that an attack?
It is.
No, it's just to grapple you.
Well, it's a grapple attack. But yeah.
Okay.
It's a special thing for this monster. But as it does, you see the tendril wrap around Varkesh really quickly, and then yanking you
Smokey,
straight
watch out! Oh
towards it.
shit!
I have bad news. You're considered restrained, so it does have advantage on hit.
Oh, it is then, is it?
Yep.
Okay, Smokey's down to 2 HP.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so
Oh, no.
It first tries, and then it just realizes what it's doing, repositions, and goes right in as Smokey's entire top half is just put into the maw. As the other one reels and pulls Varkesh straight towards it. The other one, does it get...
Are there two?
It gets, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all of it. That's what it did. That's its entire
Oh,
turn,
oops.
just taking you two and bringing you close.
Is there going to be a token on the map so we know what?
There is a token on the map. I completely forgot to put you up for that. Let me just go ahead and bring
Put me
our
up for that?
friend the Roper.
Hey, look at him.
Fuck.
Gross.
Look at those lips.
We'll just have you right there, Smokey, but yes.
Okay.
But yeah, there we go. Next up in the lineup is the creature. As it moves and lumbers forward, it's unsure what to go for, but it can see Valindra right in its direct line of sight, so it goes and lumbers towards you as it moves in a very weird motion with these 3 tentacles and odd feet. It goes and makes a...
It makes a I do not hit.
A bite and tentacle attack. So first it's going to try a tentacle towards Valindra as it whacks it around. 8!
No.
That misses. So the tentacle is easily slapped aside by Valindra, keeping it at bay as it then tries to bite down on you without advantage. So it is going to make these flat. First one, 23.
Yeah, that hits.
All right, make a Constitution saving throw first for the poisoned effect.
I don't like this.
14.
All right, sadly you are poisoned, which means you have disadvantage on all attacks currently, and I need you a second Constitution saving throw for your spell Hex. You keep Hex. Hex is still something you're able to maintain, but you do take the 15 piercing damage from the creature.
This is bad.
Yeah.
All right, and it will try to bite again. No, 1 bite and 2 with its tentacles. So the second tentacle is going to try. Can it reach you? 10 feet? No, it cannot. So it's just going to do it at Valindra again. 25. All right, you are then now grappled, and you take 8 bludgeoning damage as you are just held aloft by the other tentacle, lifting you up and keeping you within its grasp. Rook, your allies are all strained and just completely wrapped by tentacles. What do you want to do?
Well,
Bye, guys.
I would like to. Oh, this is a difficult situation, but time limit. I'm gonna go with what I was gonna do initially. Run over to Smokey and try to help pull him out. So I'm gonna go ahead and ready an action to assist.
All right, so you give him the help action. Okay. All right, as Rook gets ready to help get Smokey out of his bind, Varkesh, you are next. What do you want to do?
Smokey's down,
Hurting
was he?
bad. Hurting
No.
bad at like...
Okay.
I am at 2 HP.
Okay, I'm going to cast Healing Word because I doubt I'm in reach. Healing Word at level 2, and it's maxed. Because
Alright.
of
So
So I
that
get
is going to
12.
be 8 plus your wisdom is 4?
now you're going to make me wonder what the hell.
double check
Yes,
here.
my wisdom plus
Oh,
1.
really? Alright, so then that means it's for 12.
Yep. I'm better.
And I will attempt to break free
Alright,
of the beastie.
go ahead and make a strength saving throw, I believe. Let me double check.
It would be a athletics check.
It's just athletics? Disadvantage on strength.
He has disadvantage on it, but yeah, if he can try to get out.
Actually, it's just a straight DC according to the monster thing that
It
you
just
pulled
says
up.
escape DC is 15. Yeah, so my guess is I believe it is a strength saving throw. But let's double check here with the manual, because that will let me know.
Yeah, it's grappled. You're grappled with an escape DC of 15.
Any attempt to break a grapple is an athletics check.
Alright, it is... Yeah, it doesn't describe it. Yep, so I'll say you can do athletics, but you'll do it at a disadvantage.
Scott does it at disadvantage?
Oh, he's fine, though. Yes, it says that the
Varkesh.
creature has disadvantage on all checks regarding strength.
Oh,
Strength
shoot.
checks and strength saving throws all have disadvantage.
So instead of so you can do it flat is what I'm saying here.
But Varkesh, without any trouble, breaks free of these tentacle
I
bonds and is
don't
free
like
to move.
these.
What do you wish to do?
And I will actually, no, I'm gonna stay here because I'm technically flanking with Rook.
Yeah, if Rook moves a little bit, he could. Yeah,
Oh, I could maybe would if I moved here. Technically, would that be flanking?
yeah, I would
yeah.
say you can get some flanking help there.
Yeah, I'll just go.
All right, so as you move into a more tactical position, we go to Smokey. What do you wish to do?
Smokey, trussed up like a turkey, is just gonna start waving his arms and try to banish this stupid roper.
Okay. Alright. Too bad no Misty Step, but okay. It makes a charisma saving throw, correct?
Correct.
Alright, so it rolls a 14. What's your DC?
16.
Alright, the creature then suddenly disappears and is banished from the material plane.
Nice.
Alright, I'll give myself concentration, dude. And then I'm guessing this column's no longer here.
The column is gone.
Yeah.
Hi, guys.
Smokey is going to run 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and he will use his cat speed to keep going back to here.
Choice.
Okay. Hightailing it out, you definitely run as far as you can.
Not about it.
Alright. Smokey, retreating and more of a tactical retreat, makes his way out of the room. Valindra, it is your turn.
I'm gonna try to toll the dead again.
Alright, go ahead. It will make a wisdom saving throw. And it will roll a 19.
Fuck, man, why is this thing so wise?
I don't know, but luckily I didn't roll these rolls for Smokey, because poor little cat would have been in a bind. But sadly for you, the creature is not susceptible again to the death toll that you try to ring right into its face. You're right there, but it just doesn't seem to do anything. I believe it is next. Yes, it is. It is going to try and tentacle Varkesh.
No, it won't.
Yes, it will. You're right within 10-foot reach, and it's going to leech it over towards you as it makes a 14 that misses entirely.
Nope.
You completely bat the tentacle away as it kind of recoils it from your counter-strike. And it instead takes Valindra with it as it moves over and goes for maybe an easier target and makes his way to the black bird. So as it stomps over here, Valindra kind of kept in its grasp. It goes and makes a tentacle attack towards the bird. Natural 1. No, it fails miserably. As it tries to move, you can see that its legs don't have a great deal of balance to it as it tries to shuffle its way out from the watery surface, and it just trips and it just goes right over your head. You didn't even have to move. It was just like a watching as it flew by. But as it does, with a bit more fury and anger, it tries to take it out on Valindra as it tries to bite at the creature it has with it. 18.
That's my AC.
Alright, it just hits as it goes and pierces through the armor. Please make another Constitution saving throw for your hex. You are fine. You are keeping control of that hex, making sure that the creature has disadvantage to its strength, but you do take 14 piercing damage from the nasty teeth.
Nasty teeth.
Nasty teeth. Rook, you're up.
Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and run over here and actually try to free Valindra this time around. Just straight up.
Okay, so that would be, I guess, a contested check for you. You'd be making the athletics check to pull her free, kind of like a pulling check. So go ahead and make your yoink.
7. I'm just
Okay.
hoping it rolls really poorly.
It's just more of a... And you try and try and try, and no, it ain't
Nope.
going anywhere. That creature just
Nope,
looks at you as
disadvantage.
Valindra is kind of like the two hands grabbing onto your two hands. You're both kind of doing this.
She's just like looking down at you going, bitch, really?
Alright, so that was 10 feet of movement. I'll bonus action disengage and move an additional 20 to end turn.
Okay. As once more taking a note from Smokey's book, you retreat as well. Varkesh, you're left in the room with Valindra and the creature. What do you want to do?
I'm not going to run away because I feel bad enough as it is today, and I'm going to move up because, yeah, I'm going to like get right up to it and flank with Valindra, and I'm going to attempt to grapple it.
With a nice little rhyme that you did there. Yeah, go ahead and make your...
Did I rhyme?
You did.
Did
You
I
said,
rhyme?
because I betrayed today, I'm not going to leave her that way, or something like that. You said it was a rhyme.
Not gonna run away.
I can't remember what it was, but it was a rhyme, and it had AA as the rhyme.
Okay, but
Hey.
before I grapple, my brain, what's happening? Healing word Valindra for level 2.
Okay, so that is also going to be at max, so you get healed for 12, Valindra.
Nice.
Thank God for that beacon of hope, I fucking swear.
Yep, the beacon does help. And you go ahead and make your grapple check to see if you can hold on to the creature.
Athletics?
That is athletics.
with advantage. 26.
Hey.
And it rolls a 21. So yes, you just
19.
barely. Oh, 19?
Jump
That's
on his
right,
back.
because of the hex. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, but you
I jump on his
definitely
back going, you big bastard.
you definitely find that you're able to hold on to the creature's rear and getting it right at that point where it's unable to move any further as long as it remains in your grasp.
Hooray.
All right, Smokey.
I can technically see it. I would like to just do another produce flame.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
All right.
Go
So
right
yeah,
ahead.
and toss it.
Do you spit them or do you spit it in your hand and then throw it?
Depends on my flavor. That time was spin, hand, and throw.
19 hits.
Nice.
9 fire damage. Nice.
Not bad.
From a distance, you just keep lobbing these tiny little fire hairballs as it does seem to singe the flesh a tiny bit. And that's your turn?
That's my turn.
All right, Rook. I'm sorry, not Rook. I'm sorry. This is Valindra. Valindra.
I'm gonna try to toll the dead again because
Okay.
I don't have any spell slots.
All right. It makes a wisdom saving throw at 20. God damn it.
It has a +1.
It-
That's all it has.
Yeah, it doesn't have much, but
Cool.
apparently
We
only
need to get out
for
of here
Caleb.
fast, guys, because I'm gonna be late to my award ceremony for accepting the most useless warlock award. So
I think it's just rolls. I don't know if it's your class. It's just rolls.
oh no, it's just me.
Can I be the one that opens the envelope?
Sure.
All right.
I mean, you've already backstabbed the rest of us at least once.
And the winner is... Would you believe it? No go.
All right. So sadly, the creature is not susceptible again to these tolls of the dead. It doesn't seem to pay any mind to it at all. So it is going to go and turn and see Varkesh behind it, and it's going to try and tentacle Varkesh.
I'm on top, grappling.
Yeah, you're right there grappling, and so he's going to try to grapple back with a tentacle. 11.
No, he does not.
So he goes and it goes a little wide, but then he tries to reorientate his aim and strike again with a 13.
Nope.
He has no luck being able to grapple on to the blue half-dragon, and instead goes to finish off and bite the treat it has in its mouth in front of it.
You said half dragon instead of dragonborn this time. I'm
Yes,
so
as I
proud.
remembered. 18 does hit. Please roll a Constitution saving throw for me for your Hex spell. Valindra.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
She's thinking about if she should get an Uber to the awards. We'll
Yeah.
ask her for it.
Come on, roll 20.
Okay. And that time you
Are you not a warcaster?
Oh, I am.
Oh, you
It's a
are!
16.
16! Then yes,
I thought you were.
fine. You maintain concentration and only take 7 piercing damage, as the Hex holds true. Alright,
Thanks, Connor.
yeah, good
Yeah.
catch on that one, good catch. Alright, Rook.
I heard her voice. She sounded like moments away from just giving
Forced to accept I'm not exactly very strong. Go ahead and run on in here. So I'm flanking with Varkesh and just fire point blank into the Otheog with my hand crossbow.
Alright, go ahead and fire.
19 to hit
19 will hit.
for an amount of damage. A moment. So that'll be a total of 33 if it's susceptible to poison, or
It is susceptible
24.
to poison.
Yeah.
So it
3
does
points
take
of
the full damage from your crossbow as it sinks in and does seem to hinder its movement even further as the poison seeps into the wound. It does 33 damage, you said?
Yes.
Nice. 33. It's starting to look weak as you can see that some of its strength is bleeding out as it's trying its best to hold on to Valindra and maybe perhaps take it down with her.
And then crossbow master, I'll go ahead and fire as a bonus action again.
Go right ahead.
15 to hit.
That just hits.
Hey!
And that's going to be an additional 13 points of damage.
Alright, nice. Another 13 on top as Rook comes in and sinks 2 bolts right into the creature. Is that it? Is that your turn?
Yep, that's it.
Alright, Varkesh.
Quick question. I cannot technically attack if I'm grappling something, right?
You only need to have one hand to grapple. So one hand is free.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, then I will attempt inflict wounds on the creature.
Okay, because I believe you are also a warcaster, which allows you to do that
I am
when
indeed.
you have weapons in hand.
Yep. Inflict wounds, and I shall do that at level 2
Okay.
with flanking advantage. Oh, thank God!
Well, I mean, the 19 was your first roll anyways, but yes,
And
the
I-
19 hits.
I hate when I see red numbers. I panic. Level 2. Ooh.
Ooh. 22 points of necrotic damage. You definitely find that as you hold onto it in the back, you can just bleed in the necrotic energy right into the creature, and it just seems to decay and almost completely fall apart. It's barely hanging on there, and it has nowhere to run. It's in a frenzy. It's trying to not die, but it's having an uphill battle. Smokey.
It's going to run around 5, 10, 15, 20, and it's going to do another produce flame.
All right.
Wah!
Oh,
10!
Sadly, you just, as you get around the corner, you try to fling it, and it flings a little early, and it smacks against the stone wall instead.
You guys got it?
Valindra, it's your turn.
Bing bong.
Bing bong, the creature's dead. Let's see. Natural 1.
Hey!
So this time, it does take the full 10 necrotic damage.
Get your
Hey.
hex.
Oh, and the hex damage too, right? Yes.
Hey.
How much are we hexing it?
Hold on. Let me just get roll 20 to work for me. 6.
Hey!
Ooh, nice. It is definitely looking very weak right now. It's
Ah.
barely keeping its strength up. And right now, the greatest harm that has hurt it is the nasty rook. And it is going to try and tentacle grapple onto the bird and bring it into its maw.
Run away!
It's going to go ahead and first 8 to miss, but the second tentacle at 9. No! It's failing miserably, but it really hates the bird, so it's going to bite the bird.
Oh no!
Natural 20.
That's
Oh.
alright.
With barely
Terrible
shit damage,
damage.
but that's okay. Please roll a Constitution saving throw.
Alrighty, I'm not very good at this. Nope.
Alright, you are poisoned as well. You and Valindra both are poisoned, and you take the 12 piercing damage.
6, uncanny dodge.
Oh, uncanny dodge, you take 6 instead. Alright. Though as it is thrashing about, trying to finish off its prey, Rook, your turn.
Alrighty. Well, with Varkesh still there, I should be just firing flat, so I'll go ahead and shoot at it again.
Alright,
16
that will hit.
for an additional 33 points of damage
How
again.
do you want to do this?
Alright. So as it bites me, I just bring an arm up around the hand crossbow, stick it in there, and fire straight up into the roof of its mouth towards where I suspect this brain to be.
Alright, okay, as you bring your crossbow right into the best position, you let it loose as it sinks through the jaw, past the flesh, into the skull cavity, as it seems to puncture the brain, causing it to immediately loosen as Valindra is toppled to the ground, and the tentacles just flop to the side as its body remains lifeless. However, the danger is not out of the way yet, as Smokey is counting down the time left for his banishment, as he has, I believe, 3 more rounds?
Oh, I have way more. It's only been like 2 rounds of combat.
Oh, it's been more than that. It's been more than that.
It's been maybe 3.
Let's
Been
let's
Yeah,
see.
it's probably been about 3.
Let's double check, because I can do the Otagoos thing after the
Otagoos.
Ropers, and I'll know from then. Alright, so after the banishment, we had 1 round of him,
That's
2
3
rounds of him,
banished.
and then 3 rounds of him. Yep, alright, so it has been 3 rounds. This will be the end of the 3rd round, so now we're at the top of the 4th. You have a total of, what is it, 6 rounds?
Yeah,
6
no,
more rounds
10.
remaining, yeah.
Is it 10 rounds?
Yeah,
10
10 rounds
Alright,
total.
so yes, you have 6 left.
Varkesh, grab the sword and let's go.
Wait, what sword?
But we don't know. This one comes around. We don't know where else to go. Is there another way other than this to get out?
Off to the right, Smokey.
Oh, that's true.
Could I make a check to see what sword he's talking about? Because,
You're blind as a bat. I mean, if Smokey chooses to illuminate the area,
well, actually, what I'll do...
You have light!
It's not... Well, are we still in combat, or is this...
you
ours?
are kind of still in the countdown of combat, yes.
So whose turn is
It's
it?
yours.
Okay, well, in that case... Oh, if I cast the cantrip, it will be my action, so... I will rummage around into the creature, thinking that he's meeting the creature, and if I find it, I will attempt to yank it free.
Alright, go ahead and make a perception check with disadvantage in the dark.
Okie dokie. Perception.
You're able to find it. Atop the creature, there seems to be one piece that hasn't fallen apart as it moved its way through the garbage. It does look like a sword, and you go to grab it, and you yank it out.
I'll yank it free.
Yep, it is now in your hand.
Got it! Whatever it is. Oh, wait, it's a sword. Haha. I knew that.
You're
Alright.
a blacksmith.
That's why I said I knew that.
So as we go to the party, you have another round. So Smokey, Valindra, and Rook, this is all your turn to do something together.
Smokey will run over to the party. Do we need it? He'll just do a produce flame into his hand to cause light. Do we need anything else? But otherwise, we need to go.
We need to leave. That's what we need.
All right, Rook, go first. Make sure we don't die.
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and just take a full action dash, bonus action dash first in order to get 90 feet out.
All right.
I'm still in the dark, guys. Where are you?
I have the light. That was my
Just
action.
have to bug it off, leaving me by myself.
All right.
Rakesh, can you cure poison?
Yes, wherever you are.
He's literally lit up like a beacon. He has light.
I cannot see
My
it on the
head,
map.
my
You were
paw
gone.
is on fire.
You can
On the
can
map,
see
you were
him.
gone. Can I? Where is he?
I would have moved here.
He's right. He's the light flickering right there at the entrance.
Right. Okay, then if that's the case, I shall go towards him.
All right. Easy enough. You're able to maneuver as quick as you can towards that location as you move up and towards the next part of the tunnels. This will have taken you about 2 rounds, so this gives you another 4 rounds to go. Now, during these 4
wait.
rounds,
Does anyone need help? I mean,
I just want to get out first.
You can heal me as we go.
Yeah, you
as
can
we
heal
go,
as you go.
Rakesh.
okay, well, I will attempt to cure wounds. Oh my god, I have not got many spell slots left. Oh,
take it too.
no. No, wait. Bag of holding. I have stuff. I have stuff in the bag of holding. I will give
I mean,
a greater health potion to Smokey because we're technically still in combat, so my beacon of hope is still up.
yes.
yeah. Okay, so that'll be 20 HP.
All right, so you just chug it right down. Give yourself 20 hit points as you both make your way up towards Valindra and Rook, who, as you appear to be at the end of the tunnel, are blocked by a stone door with a very similar insignia pressed into it.
Not it, by the way.
Rook, this is all you.
I'll go ahead and slam that symbol right into it.
Okay, as you slam the symbol straight inside, the door begins to shift open into another chamber. So this gives you a chance to see it open. This is 1 round for it to open up, but it does. And as it opens, you can see that a terrible amount of gas or dust that has just resided in this chamber just begins to settle out and fall around the room, as you can see that it has been locked and closed for a while. Inside, you can tell that there are a few treasures that have been left protected in this area, all the way in the distance. Kept into nooks and corners, you can see what appears to be at the very end a crystal, a gem, some kind of sparkling stone that sits atop an altar. You can see that it is nestled right there in a kind of little, almost like a brazier that has been made with little clasps around the side to keep it in place.
Okay. So with that being my action, I will then call back to everybody else. Everybody in, but don't get too far ahead. I need to catch my breath. And I'll move 20 feet end for most of my movement and enter there.
All right. As you all make your way inside as quickly as you can, you have 2 rounds left, at which this point is when the creature will re-emerge from the vanish.
Rakesh, can you? I'm sorry, Rook, can you close the door behind us?
Yeah, that's what I was going to check next turn.
I will dash to the crystal. Can I tell what?
Just
I'm not gonna
disregard what
touch
I say, huh?
Yep, you're at the crystal. What do you see? What do you wish to do?
I'm not too far ahead. I'm only like 20 feet in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
All the guys just duck around the corner waiting for the explosion.
I'm not gonna dash. What can I tell about the crystal from here?
Make a perception check as you look at it from afar.
Okay. This whole suck at perception thing is really kicking my ass. There it goes.
Oh boy. I mean, you're kind of a little panicked and worried. You're looking left and right. All you can see are similar coffins to the ones you saw in the entry room. Perhaps the creature in the back, you don't know, you can't hear or see anything else, and you know there's a gem up ahead. That's it.
Can I mage hand touch the crystal?
Yeah, during your turn, you can send the mage hand forward, and it just kind of holds it. Just like a chess piece. I mean, do you want to pick it up?
Can I, wiggle it?
I mean, when you try to move it, it's securely fastened in this brazier that has little claws that are holding it in place. So it's like the only way to take it out is to lift it up.
Andrew, have you got 2 tracks playing?
Yes. You have the ambience and the other one, but...
Okay, it sounds weird mixing in.
That's my turn then.
Alright.
That's all I got.
So, Rook, you try to look to see if there's any way to close the door. There isn't any. Once you slid the insignia inside, it seemed to just move and solidify itself into the wall. But, go ahead and make a perception check for me as you are in this room.
This...
Disadvantage because you're poisoned.
Oh,
But
yes.
moving, so advantage back to base.
Alright, so flat.
26.
Okay.
Same either way.
So, 2 things you notice. 1, all the coffins here also have the insignia, the exact same one that you have, pressed into the bottom as an addition, it seems, allowing you to perhaps place them into the proper coffin. And you can tell that at the very end there is the altar with the little crystal inside, but you also notice that the dust, the air that has been so stagnant and stale is lingering around your feet. And as it is lingering around your feet, it is slowly shifting and moving, even though there's no wind allowing it to be able to move on its own. Alright, at this time, an additional creature has emerged onto the field.
Maybe we should have killed the roper.
Visible stalker, boys.
No.
Kill the roper.
Alright, so this is a creature that I shall be moving around, because at the moment you cannot see it.
I don't think ropers can move, technically, can they?
They do,
move
just
very
very
slowly.
slowly.
The
But I'm
roper
hoping
does
that-
move very slowly, yes.
Yeah, I'm hoping that because it has a whole body of a monster to eat, it'll be happy with that.
Rolls a 16. Alright. So, top of the round at this point, as you all looked and checked. Varkesh, it's you.
It's me. There's nothing really I can currently do unless people just want the poisons cured from them.
That would be helpful.
That'd be really helpful.
Yes, it would, but sadly I'm running low on spell slots. So... Alright, who's poisoned? Please tell me it's only one person.
Rook
2.
and Valindra.
Bollocks. Okay. Shit. Okay, then I will have
Take your rook.
she says while she's dying of being poisoned. I will cast Lesser Restoration on Rook first.
Alright. Rook, you
At level
are...
3.
Second level? Oh,
Are you out of second level spell slots?
alright. So, with the 3rd level Lesser Restoration, you are allowed to remove the poisoned effect on Rook.
Just go up and just slap it out of him. It's a big on poison.
Be gone!
Hail! It's a bit of a smack, but hey, it does seem to push the poison out. Smoky.
Watch it fly out of him.
Invigorating.
All right.
This is the last round before the creature comes out of its banish.
Yep. Smoky. He sees the crystal. You said so. We have the coffins. I don't think we've noticed this wind creature, correct?
Not with your
Does it have
passive
a stealth?
perception, no.
Sure.
Rook does notice it, though.
Okay. I don't think he's had a turn yet. So playing with that, Looking around, I see the crystal, and I see this. I see the coffins. Do I see anything else specifically? Like, I'm gonna look for like a secret passage to get out of this room to go further. I'm gonna like try to smell for fresh air. I'm gonna look for something on the wall, like a trapdoor, that sort of thing.
Make an investigation check.
All right, investigation.
Ooh,
Hey!
all right.
Damn, that's like the second I've had this session.
So, for
Nice.
you, Smokey, as you're looking around, you notice that near the entrance where you once were, just here, there is a faint line at the bottom of the actual stonework. And as you examine it carefully, it looks to be a door concealed and camouflaged to look like the dark rubble of the earth itself. It seems to rise up when something is activated, but it is right there next to the entrance where you first came in.
Okay, guys, we got a secret door, but we got to trigger it somehow. Possibly from the crystal. Smokey will actually walk over to see if he can examine the crystal a little bit better.
So for clarification, which side was the door on? Near the entrance?
Yeah, I didn't see the
It's
thing.
right
'cause my
here.
map- Okay, thank you.
No problem. All right.
Yeah.
So, Smokey, you push through your allies a little bit just to get to the crystal. At that point, you are examining it, and it looks to be like a really nice, beautiful, kind of like a diamond, but it's cut in a way that's less craftsman. It's more of like a crude crystal rather than a beautiful, pristine piece of jewelry.
I'm pretty sure that's all I got.
All right. After that, okay. So, Smokey, as you approach closer to this, there is something that lingers near your feet, and it slowly wafts and grows high above and consumes you at the moment, because you've walked right into its area. All right. I need you to please make a Constitution. Hold on, actually. Does a 24 hit you?
24, yes it will.
All right. Please make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, let's give me another nat 20 there. Roll 20. 22!
Pretty good. That's a 19.
Get out of here!
So you avoid the continual affliction that seems to come with this attack, as you take only 14 bludgeoning and 14 necrotic.
Only.
Only 28 damage.
Yeah, that will get Smokey down.
All right.
God.
Damn it.
Is down.
Oh no, it won't. Firecast healed me, so it doesn't.
He did heal you, yes.
So Smoke takes 8 points of that damage. That's 28, so it takes 20, so he's down to 14 again.
All right, back to 14 health as you use your abjuration magic and the help of Arkesh to replenish your ward, allowing you to sustain this sudden affliction of battering wind and decay and death that seems to now suffocate you, as you all notice that the mist has now condensed and is made like a cloud that seems to move and suddenly pick up and sway as it undulates.
Podcast giveth,
14, my
DM
own
takes
friend.
away.
Yeah, so now it is Valindra's turn. Valindra!
Well, I was gonna mage hand the crystal away, but now that Smokey's right next to it, I'm hesitant to do that.
My beacon should still be up, shouldn't it?
It is.
Good. Thank fuck for that.
I'll come back to where Smokey said he saw the thing, and can I investigate it to see if I can find out what the trigger is?
Sure, make an intelligence check.
Jeez.
Beacon of Hope only lasts up to a minute is passed.
It's a 2.
Oh, yes. Well, a minute has passed now. But when he gave the health potion to him, it was still up.
Because it would end on my turn.
Yes.
Well.
Okay, no, at the moment you can't really suss out what might be the correct or direct way to open this hidden passage.
Alright. That's my turn!
Okay, Rook.
Okay, so no one else has noticed the stirring of wind, other than
They
Smokey has
haven't?
been attacked
Smokey
by
would
it,
scream.
apparently.
I don't know how to attack wind!
I'm just going to give you guys the
That
thing so
I
you can
know
see
how to
it
do?
a little bit better.
Yes,
Oh, glorious!
I didn't know it formed an actual creature. Okay.
Oh, look at that! I don't like that.
It's kind of right there now, on you.
Oh boy! Alright.
It looks like a guy dissolving in soup.
There we go. Like
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take a closer look at this one here and see if there's any thieves' cant written on it to indicate which one of these tombstones may be relevant to opening up that door.
From your quick perception check, there is no cant, no written carving of any kind. It is just 4 tombs, each have an insignia.
Okay. One moment, check something real quick.
Oh, sorry, 6, not 4. 6.
Ow! My knee. Great.
Alright. So,
Quick question.
Yes.
Would I have seen that there's an actual wind creature?
You would have seen that the dust, at that point, now that it attacked Smokey, that it has coalesced into a cloud at that point.
Okay, can I bonus action move my hex?
Yes, of course.
Okay, because I didn't know that it was like an actual creature. I thought it was just wind moving around.
Yeah, it looked like dust until it then regathered into a form.
Okay, then I will bonus action hex, and I'll do...
Strength? Alright, so it is hexed with the strength. Now, with that done, we move to... Smokey? No,
I
actually,
haven't,
Spark.
I haven't done anything,
Sorry,
I
a
haven't
Rook.
done anything yet.
No, sorry, Rook.
So, with there being no actual writing that I could try to guess what's going on with that, I'll instead take a shot at the wind and see if I can affect it in any way.
It just goes through. Nail
Okay.
Smokey.
So you go
Okay.
ahead and fire your bolt.
I'm aiming at that portion of it so
Yeah.
I don't hit Smokey.
Trying to avoid Smokey. It's a good thing.
Real fucking low,
Ooh,
boys.
ooh.
Natty 1.
No, that
Wow.
misses entirely, as you just kind of try and it doesn't seem to do anything. Just
And I will then bonus action and shoot again then.
Okay.
23 is a little bit
The
better.
23 will hit.
Alright.
Oh.
I'm rolling really low for it all, but you know.
Alright.
Is it affected by poison at all?
You notice that the poison does not seem to take any effect on the creature.
Didn't think it would. So that's 24 points of piercing damage.
Nice. The 24 does seem to slowly dissipate some of it as you begin to banish it. The magical aura from the bolt itself giving it a bit of a wound to this gaseous creature.
Okay. And then for my movement, I'll just step behind Varkash and enter.
Oh, okay.
I'm just like, wait, what?
Avarkash, what do you wish to do?
I am going to cast Beacon of Hope.
Again, alright, so as you once more bless your allies, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, Smokey
you're
is
in
just in
range.
range.
He's in range. I already
Alright,
planned
everyone
his.
is once more enveloped by your holy magic, giving them the extra vitality they need to survive.
And the roper is slowly crawling towards us this entire time.
Even the other monster.
I'm gonna need. Fuck it. I'm gonna need Smokey to come to me.
Oh, he will be.
Good.
Don't
Okay, so
worry about that.
I will 5, 10. Actually, I'll move here so that you can bypass me.
Okay, so you just get closer.
Yep.
Alright. Oh, thank you for the dillies.
Dilly
To follow. Go
Hey.
ahead. Smokey, what do you want to do?
Being
Misty
surrounded.
step? Oh.
Shut your mouth, AJ.
It's almost like a wizard that didn't take one of the most important wizard spells.
I don't choose my spells.
Well, I mean, you can purchase one, but go ahead. It's your move.
Ah,
I mean, most of the spells he's gotten is from the cleric.
and
Say.
a few from Kayla. But yeah, Smokey's gonna grab that stupid crystal,
Okay.
picking it up.
Yep.
And then he's using his feline agility, which he has regained because he spent a turn inactive to run 60 frickin' feet. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25,
Alright, the
30.
creature's going to try to grapple you as you run away.
Oh,
Wind
don't.
can grapple me?
It is going to try and swirl you back, keeping you from getting through.
Can you not disengage?
I was trying to.
Well,
Trying to get close to
I assumed the crystal was my
Alright.
action.
12.
Technically speaking, it's interacting with an environment, which is a free action. But
Aha!
Ah!
All right, as you just barely push and tumble and roll out of this horrible torrent, this cloud that is trying to keep you trapped in its gases, you zoom right by Varkash, getting the fuck out.
Yeah.
And I'm just there, throwing my fucking hands up because I'm like, okay, I've only got touch-based spells left, and the cat just fucking went well out of reach. So there we go.
Just kill it instead.
All right, is that your entire turn?
Oh no, I have way more movement than that.
You've only
I
used
was
30
here.
feet of your movement.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and 60.
My lord.
Okay, so
Cats
you
are the
make
worst
it
to
all
heal.
the way to the back as you
It's herding cats, man.
dodge. You weave your way to the exit, finding yourself cowering behind Valindra, as Varkash is left to face this ominous cloud. Varkash,
Just
the
fucking
creature moves
You got this, Best Blue!
as it goes towards you, and you can see almost like a skeletal frame just begin to appear as a death face just goes and tries to encompass you in its cloud.
I've seen this movie.
Thanks, Bramloaf.
Follow Anderson. Good
All
guy.
right. Oh, excellent. Thank you so much. Natural 20 on Varkash.
Does not,
Oh.
because I'm adamantine armor.
The extra damage adamantine will protect you from the special bonus rolls, but you will still take the hit. Please make a Constitution saving throw first for the curse.
Constipation saving throw. Here we go. Bop.
Right, you are under the effects of the curse. So,
Too much bad.
during
First I was turned evil. Now I've been infested by a fart cloud. This is not my day.
all right, you take an additional 18 points of damage,
Maximum.
and your hit points are reduced by 18 points.
Holy fuck.
And you are unable to, at this time, regain hit points. You also take from the bludgeoning and foul wind 12 bludgeoning damage and 16 necrotic. A total of 28 on top.
46. 46 total damage altogether.
No, he is immune to the adamantine crit.
Yeah, no, that's still 18 plus 12 plus 16 for a total of 46.
Mhm. Oh yeah, I guess so. Yeah, but okay, but the 18 is the one that removes your maximum hit points.
Okay. Okay. Shit.
Okay, next up, Valindra. Varkash is suddenly swarmed by this cloud.
Actively dying.
Yeah, that was the creature's turn. It is now Valindra's. Hanging in there, Varkash. Valindra, what do you want to do?
Well, that's alright because I can't heal myself.
Remove curse?
Is the dust cloud like looking injured at all?
It does look like it's a little weakened, as if a hole was made into it when the bolt punched through.
I'm gonna try to. I don't have anything. I'm gonna try to toll the dead. That's all. I'm gonna Eldritch Blast it.
Okay, as you send out Eldritch Blast towards the creature, go ahead and roll for an attack. 11 and 15.
Fuck!
Alright, let's see.
No, that's a 10.
It's a 10, yeah.
Oh,
Poison.
disadvantage?
Fuck! Why did I do that? I knew. Oh, God.
Oh, because of the poison? Oh, darn. Sadly, they miss. As the Eldritch Blasts go flying wide and just kind of hitting the rock.
What's wrong with me? Fuck. Okay, it's my turn.
Alright, Rook.
Okay. Well, this is definitely concerning. The primary goal is to get this thing off of Varkash. I'm going to go ahead and... It's not grappling Varkash, right?
No, it just seems to surround him.
Okay. That wouldn't really be much good.
Any damage is good damage.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and just shoot at it then.
Okay, as you load another bolt and fire. 21
21 to hit.
hit.
For a total of 33 points of piercing
Ooh,
damage.
33 Very nice. As the bolt goes through, you can see the magical energy warps away most of the cloud as it dissipates a large void in it. It looks to be weakened, very... more like a fart poof than a big cloud now. It's kind of just slightly there. But it's hanging on as much as it can, trying to keep its magical essence alive.
And then crossbow exert fire again.
Alright, go ahead.
Oh,
well, that does hit.
It's just,
Too bad the sneak wasn't used for that, but that's okay.
it's okay.
We'll take it
So that'll
anyway.
be a total of 6 points of damage.
Alright, another 6 on top as the second one fires in quick succession and goes to an opposite end of the cloud, making it into a smaller circle as the larger void just becomes absent of its space as it tries to recoalesce itself again, having less to work with.
And, check its distance real quick. Okay. I will then move 15 feet back and then turn.
Okay, we go then to Varkesh, you, top of the round.
From my current situation, can I determine if this thing is in a shit state?
It looks to be lessened. As you can see the cloud around you, it's slowly getting lighter every time someone impacts it.
I'm just gonna have to grit and bear my teeth. Okay, bollocks. Right. Okay, so I'm gonna attack it, and hopefully the fire from my mace will
Alright,
finish.
as you swing with your mace, go ahead.
19.
Well, 19 will hit. I'm not
And
seeing it come
it's-
up yet. There it is. Alright, and then roll for your fire.
It's 1d8.
It explodes. You killed yourself. No.
5. So 10 damage.
Alright. Okay, so you can tell that the mace itself doesn't do much on its own, but the fire that comes in magically begins to grow and incinerate some of the gas, just dissipating it more. It takes a total of 7 points of damage.
Okay.
It's weakened. It's very weak, but it's still hanging on.
Never mind. Nope, it's fine. I'm gonna stand here like a tit in a trance and let the rest of my party members try and finish it off.
Alright. Smokey, you're next. The creature comes
Yeah.
after you. What do you wish to do?
I am going to, judging like hitting this wall right here, 20-foot radius, that wouldn't hit Varkesh, right? By how measuring works.
If it's fire, I am resistant.
If it is more than 20, it would hit him.
It's
it's-
it's exactly 20. It's fire.
It would hit him.
It
Don't-
would hit him.
It would hit him.
I'd go for it. I'm resistant. I'm a forge cleric,
It
so
would, because-
Can't heal.
If you shoot it out this way,
if you do
Hits him.
more than 49 points of damage, then I'm in trouble. But I doubt it.
Okay. Yeah, we gotta freaking kill this thing. Can I do?
Blast it.
All right, I'm gonna blast it.
It's
Okay.
revenge for inflicting wounds upon you. I'm so sorry.
Fireball level 4. Here we go.
ooh, all right. Okay, so it will make a dex saving throw.
That's 30 points.
All right, it rolls a 21, so it does save
15.
against it, so it takes 15 points. How do you want to do this?
Yeah.
And I take half of that, right?
Well, make a
I
dex
have
saving
dex
throw because you
save.
might take half of the half.
Half of the half of the half of the half of the half. Bing. Nope.
Okay, so you still take only 15 points of fire damage.
No.
I want it to be supremely underwhelming. I want it to be like those high school kids who try and make like a flamethrower with like the hairspray, but instead it's just like, and it's gone.
Oh, okay. So as the fireball ignites the thing, it just
Nope, that was too big.
too big. All right. Zip. Very similar
Underwhelming.
Very similar to holding a lighter to a guy who's about to fart. There it goes. The creature has just winked out. No dignity, nothing. It is gone.
Oh, I look worse for wear. That one hit, well, it really fucked me up.
Yep, the creature just disappears. Varkesh, you are safe for the moment.
I look back and I'm like, thank you.
Brooke, how do we open this door?
Well,
Smokey's
I'm going
looking.
to try to figure that out. If you could, everybody, please get out of the room. I'm going to try my insignia on some of these coffins. May or may not
Smokey
be.
goes over here and tries to listen for the roper.
Make a perception
Fucking-
check.
Limping out. Ow. Ow. Ow.
And I'm
Perception.
going to...
16.
Smokey, you do hear the sounds of what appears to be a slow, sludging noise coming down the tunnel.
But why? There's food for it!
Alright, I'm going to try
Roper's
putting my
coming.
insignia in this coffin here.
Alright, you want to just put it right in that one?
Yeah, the bottom left one, yeah.
Okay, as you put it in, please make a dex saving throw.
Alrighty. 18.
Alright, you are able to avoid, as you see it placed inside, a sudden static electricity begins to grow around it. As you pull away, it shoots up at a diagonal angle, trying to get you, but you duck at the last second. Feeling your feathers go on edge just a little bit, he kind of looks a little poofy for a moment before he tries to ruffle them down.
Alright, well, not that one. Turn around, try the other.
Okay, as you turn around to try the other and you put it in, you hear what appears to be a solid block, and then it just stops for a moment. You feel like you got something, but it's not the whole completion to the puzzle. There's something more.
There's more.
Yep, and each time this is the 10 seconds, so we got 1 round, 2 round, go again, Rook.
Run
Wait.
on up here. Does
Oh,
anything
anyone
look
else want to do
different in
anything?
the
Did anyone
room
else
at
want to do
all?
anything?
Yes, I want to fix myself up.
Okay, how do you want to do that?
Ow.
I'm gonna cast the thing that reduced my that I cannot get hit points. Was that a curse or was that
It feels like a terrible magical effect.
Okay, then I'm going to remove curse on myself, which I have prepared.
Ooh.
All right.
Well,
so
you're going into it
And
too.
I
That makes
do
sense.
that. I will do that at level 4 because that's the lowest I could do.
Okay, as you focus this dispelling magic upon yourself, it just begins to take this terrible energy and
Just like that.
banish it away
I'm
as it
jealous.
disintegrates. You are no longer cursed by this terrible tomb rot.
Oh, thank God. And I'm going to... Can drinking a potion be a bonus action?
For yourself only, yes.
For myself? Oh, because of my feet. Okay.
Well, no, just because I mean it's drinking yourself fine, giving to someone else action. That's the house rule.
Oh, the house rule. Okay, so I will do a greater, which I cannot remember what graters are.
I think. Do we still have Beacon of Hope?
Yes.
You cast
Well,
it-
actually, Varkesh needs to make a Constitution
Oh,
saving throw
that's
because he
true,
took a
because
bit of nasty damage there.
Buttload of damage.
Let's just see.
You'd have to beat a 24.
I mean, I have
That
Warcast,
much?
though.
Well, because it did 40. Ooh,
So close.
so close. Very
But-
close. You technically needed a nat 20, and even then it would have just been at the DM's grace. But so sadly, the beacon has fallen off.
That's fine. I'm still going to heal myself,
That's
though.
fine.
48 plus 4.
Yes,
no,
it
no,
is.
No, not D8.
It's
Not
four.
D8.
It's four. It's
44 plus 4, my bad. I've been listening to
I like Rook's one better.
I know you do, but no, you don't get to have that big of a potion bump.
I've been listening to Pathfinder podcasts recently. In case
Oh, 15. I ain't that bad.
All right, okay, so you heal for 15.
Smokey's also taking. He just has a regular potion though.
All right, so that's just 2d4. Okay, good job. 6 heal to
Back
you.
up to
As Rook
49.
heads to the other coffin,
Right, so I'm looking to see if anything in this room changed after I put in my insignia.
the room seems the same. It just seemed that coffin up there activated.
All right, so next up, bottom right here.
Okay, go ahead, and as you put it in, make a dexterity saving throw.
25.
Once more, another lightning bolt shoots out, but Rook is very nimble and adept at dodging and just ducks down once more, just getting this puff moment
Rook be
as the
nimble,
electric
Rook be
energy
quick.
just kind of still lingers in the air, and he has to smooth down his feathers once more, stopping it from being a puffball.
All right, top center.
All right, go ahead. As you put your badge in, make another dexterity saving throw for me.
Ooh, not good this time.
That time you do take it. You do only take half because of your evasive nature as a rogue, but you still do take a total of 24 lightning damage.
That's halved, or do we take 12?
He will take half of that, so it's 12.
Okay, all right.
All right, and in this round, Smokey's taking another potion, and he's also going to cast Minor Illusion to try and hide the entrance to this little cave right here. Just like It's a rock.
All right. Well,
Clever.
okay. It's a large surface, and it's a bit bigger than your minor illusion. Go ahead and make an Arcana check for me, real quick.
Sure.
Can I
go
assist
up to a
if I
five
see
with
him
mine.
starting to do
you
that?
have
Because
minor
I also
illusion?
have minor illusion.
You do?
I also have minor illusion.
All right.
yeah.
Excellent. Then yeah, as you assist him, you cover the gaps. So basically, you both put up a double illusion as you make it cover the passageway entirely, giving it a sense of it being blocked off.
Okay, if nothing else, he won't be able to see us.
All right. The sound of the creature continues to.
So I'll say I
eventually-
placed mine like right here.
If I have another opportunity, I will take another greater health potion.
You do. You can.
And I will also be doing the same because I'm at 13 hit points.
All right. As you
Yeah.
all in this last round have a chance to swallow a health potion, you all chug it down, giving yourself a good amount of healing. As Smokey turns and sees in the corridor tentacles starting to.
You can't see it.
It's starting to move around. You can see it's like digging around the tunnel, and it's doing this. It's just kind of the tentacles are
Blindly.
moving around as it just sludges its way forward, using its own arms to kind of get itself as fast as it can. It's dashing, so it is moving quickly in its own way.
You
Suck.
can't see us.
As it gets to here, it can't see anything yet at the moment. Let me double check real quick.
Has to make an investigation check to disbelieve
Or
illusion.
does it have blind sight?
Just making sure it didn't have blind sight. That's the main key. Okay.
Got Tremor sense.
It is going to make an investigation check because it sees a dead end. I need all of you, by the way, to please make stealth checks for me.
But I'm standing still.
You get advantage if you're standing still. This is basically hold your breath. All three
Yeah,
of you
I-
can have advantage in this because it is a.
Yay.
It's just a clench the cheeks, hold the breath. 20,
Oh, wait, what did I
19,
get?
and 25. All of you are very good at just kind of stopping and not making a sound as the creature
Yay.
snips and looks out. What is the DC of your spells, please?
16.
16, Valindra.
17.
16.
17.
All right, because this is a wizard's cantrip, or sorry, is this a warlock or a wizard's one?
Fuck, it's a wizard's.
What's the DC?
8 plus
It's-
proficiency bonus plus int mod.
Is it 14?
Actually, I would say you can, with the knowledge of it, you could try to cast it as a warlock one, because I think warlocks can get minor illusion, correct?
It totally can.
So yes, so
They
you
can.
can absolutely cast it through your warlock's spell power, giving it that little extra oomph as you do that. And Smokey
Thank
as
God.
well is also combining it, so it's a double illusion at the moment. So it's kind of giving that extra sense of it can't see anything. Rook, are you going to the next coffin to try and open it up?
Oh my
Yep,
god.
I am indeed.
All right, as you go ahead and move to which one?
We're all
I'll
gonna
start
die.
with the bottom right this time.
The bottom right one. All right, as you place it in, it makes a sudden grinding noise as next to Varkesh, Valindra, and Smokey, a door begins to,
I just fall in
Rise
behind her. Ah!
and the sudden sound causes the creature to look and hear, and it's now unsure what's going on, and it moves a little closer as it tries to see what the hell is happening.
Ah! How many turns do I get to
As
go?
it stands. This is basically during your time. As it is opening up, it is looking and peering in, but you guys have a chance.
Wait, is it technically my turn?
It
after-
will now be your turn, yes.
Okay.
As the door opens up for you.
Right. Ah, shit. The thing's gonna keep coming after us, so screw it. I'm gonna wall of flames.
Oh, okay. Where would you like to situate this?
I am
place?
just going to a single line strafe it straight through the illusion and just fill the entire corridor up with a whole line so we cannot bypass it.
Okay, so you're going to make like a little kind of curved wall for trapping it in there or something?
Round it.
No. Just like a straight line, just like blah, so we cannot pass through.
Okay. Giving you a bit of a diagonal cutoff to make sure it can at least strike and hit the creature. It makes a dex saving throw for this?
Oh, that would actually be good to know.
If it's Wall of Flames, it doesn't have to start from you, Scott. You can start it anywhere.
Yeah, I know, but I'm doing it to literally engulf the corridor so it cannot.
Basically, so that as it
Oh,
moves
so it
through
has
each
to
square,
walk through the
yeah,
flame.
exactly. He's making like
Oh,
a
okay,
diagonal
okay.
cut line so that it's kind of gonna have to weave
Actually,
its way into.
I'll just cast it first because I can't seem to find it. Bah! And that's at level 4.
Every step it took.
Dexterity save. All right, so it does make its dex for
I
the
don't
first.
think they're very dexterous.
Yeah, but no, they're probably not as much as you think. 9. No, it is not dexterous enough to avoid the sudden, out of the illusion wall,
Just like whack.
fire that just goes
Fingers.
straight towards it. It just gets blasted in the front. The creature is burning from that damage, and it is taking the full 18.
Burn, baby, burn!
Yeah, alright, nice job. But it now suddenly thinks something is afoot, as it was able to see fire go right through the rock.
Oh, no, I'm not done yet.
That's yeah, go ahead, it's your action. What do you want to do?
I'm running for the fucking door.
Book it out! You make your way, you can see yourself
Free
once
action.
more
Let's
in
go!
You can see yourself once more in a familiar setting, but you can see now that as you activated it there, the doors that led to the acid room are also open again.
Good thing.
So you could keep moving as you need to. You've made like a 5, 10, 15, 20 movement. You can move 10 more feet.
I will move 10 more feet.
Alright, as you move 10 more feet into that direction, we go to Smokey.
Yeah. Smokey will come along around here. He's gonna grab Valindra, and can he just like sort of drag her? Is that allowed for half movement?
Yeah, you can grapple her and move your half movement, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna move 10 feet with Valindra.
Alright, as you
Get her out of the corridor.
moving her out and into the previous room you were in before, you make your way down next to Varkesh.
Okay, so that is just movement. Or is it action to drag her? I don't know.
It is technically an action to grapple. So
Okay,
you would
yeah.
just be kind of like hoisting her off her feet as she's just like,
I wonder, can I do, like, I haven't restored my heat. Actually, I have, because I was standing still while I was stealthing. So I can technically just, like, rush and drag Valindra super fast. So, Valindra, we're going places.
right, but instead of
Alright.
dashing, you just get to move your full movement speed, because, obviously half and da-da-da. So go ahead and drag her 30 feet.
There you go.
Alright, Valindra, you are dragged all the way to that corner. Yeah, it is a very sudden moment for you as you see the firewall go emerge and Varkesh begins to run without even realizing it, with a furry hand grabbing onto you. You just get dragged straight across into the corridor without you realizing it, that you're now suddenly back where you started, and it is your turn.
Is this door open?
That door is open.
Where the hell is this woman's body? Oh wait, we have it.
It's in the bag.
Totally forgot.
If
Totally
we
forgot.
if we go through this door, will it close again?
You don't know.
Oh, great.
All right. I think there's a possibility it might close once we pass through it. I think we should all wait and run at the same time.
Okay.
So I'm gonna hold my action
To dash.
to dash whenever we all get here and are able to run through the door.
Right, good on you. Okay, so the creature is now moving through, I believe, as it has to move through the wall, it makes another dex save.
It does indeed.
So let's see if it's going to succeed or not. I doubt it will. No, alright.
0.
And as it does that, it just seems to kind of have its own battle in the battle. 30 damage.
Feel the dragon's fire, even though I'm lightning type.
Alrighty then. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you guys can't see anything at the moment. You just hear the sounds of burning. The fire is just continually growing and roaring as it seems to drown out a little bit of like a squealing and painful sound from the creature. Rook, what do you want to do?
Alright, so I'll go ahead and 30 feet of movement, action dash, puts me there to 60, bonus action dash again. Will put me through the doors. Right to there. 90
Okay,
feet.
as Rook immediately books it past you, Valindra, you can release your held action and dash with him.
You dash?
I
think-
wanted to wait till we were all together.
I think Rook's saying, yeah, no.
Move. Rook says move.
I'll dash.
Technically, Smokey still got her grappled, so I move with her.
Well,
I mean, I suppose if Valindra wants to, she could she can like shake you off, and you can just let go, or she can be slowed half her movement and move.
Will you shake me off, or will you go, Valindra?
Yeah, I'll. Well, if I take you, I only move at half speed, right?
Correct.
correct.
We'll stay together.
Take him with me.
All right, so you only move 15 feet, but Smokey now suddenly is just like, ha! Hooah! as now it's his version of being dragged across the tiled floor towards the exit, as Varkesh is the only one left in the back. Varkesh, it is your turn.
Incoming blue freight train. Move the fuck out the way, because that's what's happening.
All right, so you just barge through.
Well, I'm going to do the very typical charge at them and scoop them up under my both arms and then just get us to a certain point.
All right, just trying to kind of help everyone move together. You make your 5, 10, 15 there. You can then hold your action to dash. As they move, you'll move with them as this kind of scooting motion to give them the full, everybody run.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, so you just kind of, everyone gets scooped up with his arms. He's like, as you all begin to move and run out of the instance, moving as fast as you can towards the exit without being careful. You are, I'm assuming, trying to be discreet, but running at full speed. I need you all to make a stealth check with disadvantage.
Of course.
It's no different than usual for Varkesh.
I know, Varkesh is the same all the way.
Eating breakfast, stealth check with disadvantage. Yep. 7.
All right.
Whatever.
So, as you make your way out of the stone vaults, going through the stairwell, up and across, out of the stone doors that lead to the vault's entrance, you make your way through the tunnels, winding and weaving around, trying your best to be as quiet as possible, but sadly, in the panic moment, and with a bit of your allies causing some noise, there seems to be an alert that is rung, and your presence is noticed. Guards are now moving throughout the tunnel, and they are going to try to intercept you at this point, as you are making your way, trying to get out as quick as you can. Rook, please go ahead and make for me an intelligence check as you try to navigate and basically outsmart those that are trying to follow you. Okay. Rook, in the moment, it is a little hard to really think clearly and to know exactly where you're going. As you turn one corner, hoping that you might have found a good hiding spot, instead you turn and see a Kenku guard staring at you, surprised and alert at seeing 4 sudden intruders appear in the tunnels deep beneath the catacombs.
Kick him in the deck.
What insignia does he wear?
Yours.
Alright, excellent. So I'm just gonna call out, you there, move, and hold up my symbol and see if I can shock him into doing something.
Okay, make an intimidation check.
Okay. 21.
Okay, as you say that and you go move, immediately he just instinctively goes against the wall, giving you a brief moment to move past, but during that time, he does realize what is going on, and immediately begins to pursue you. I need to have, for all of you please, to make an athletics check. The one with the lowest roll will be behind and the back of the party.
Can I do acrobatics?
Valindra's got first place at the moment.
Oh, God. Does anyone want to give her inspiration?
There's no point. Don't bother.
Oh my God!
What?
Wait, did Rook
Technically,
actually
Rook
beat
is
it?
last.
Rook beat it!
I'm actually scared to roll. I really don't want to.
Okay.
Oh my God, people!
Damn, in first with a 6!
Oh,
I'm just like, just gone.
the blue blur just moves as quick as he can. He's just gone. Technically, Valindra and Rook. Valindra, you're higher than Rook in the number scheme. So
But
I
it's a
would say
natural one.
You're kind of on par and par with each other now. It's this kind of like you're both here. But,
Critical fails aren't a thing for skill checks.
Yeah.
But
Can
Rook,
we act?
well, at the moment, Rook, do you have tail feathers?
Yeah.
Okay,
He's
great.
gonna fly now?
The guard is going to try and grapple Rook, because Rook
Oh.
is the closest nearby, and he's going to try to grab onto his behind.
Is he gonna
I'm
try and
using
pluck his
shield.
butt? Is he gonna
I'm
pluck
using my
his butt?
shield.
Your shield.
So if
Oh,
he's
you're
trying
going
to
to
grab-
pose disadvantage on it.
Ooh.
Ooh, alright, as Valindra provides disadvantage, standing next to her ally, giving her the skill up in this check. He is
Pluck
going
his
to
butt.
be making it with a
They're rolling a 4 on
disadvantage.
dice, so
Oh, it's doing athletics, so it's
Alright,
probably...
so it tries to grab on, and it rolls a 6.
Yo!
yeah.
As it fails to get hold of you, but he is continually chasing down the corridor. Now, at this point, I'm assuming you all are just going to dash at this time.
Well, Smokey's gonna cast Hold Person on that little fuck.
Oh, okay, alright, so you cast Hold Person, so he's going to make a Wisdom saving throw. Natural 20.
Then nothing happens.
Alright,
Damn.
so as you turn and try to fling out the magic, it doesn't work. Are the rest of you all dashing?
I need to check something real quick. Hold on.
Alright, okay. Varkesh,
I'm
normally-
looking at something.
Okay. I'm going to attempt to stop that bird from telling everyone where we went. I'm going to attempt to banish it.
Oh, okay. You're gonna banish the bird. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
At 4th level. It's my last 4th level.
Charisma.
All right. And it is the DC's like
16.
16. All right. It makes a 6. So as the bird is coming
Bye-bye,
towards
birdie!
you, trying to. Yeah, with a quick little movie reference. Bye bye birdie. Indeed, it just vanishes. An empty
We're just
space. in the
throwing
corridor.
our shit at it.
Yeah. Whole
Something's
person
gonna
not working,
stick.
but then suddenly it's gone.
I have an important question for you here, real quick. That dust that we picked up back in the alongside my hand crossbow and venoming back in the
Yes.
cave. Is it the dust of tracelessness, which doesn't have a 5e version, or a dust of disappearance?
It's disappearance.
But it's just dust.
I believe it was Are you sure it was dust disappearance? I thought it was dust of revealing. No. It was disappearance. Disappearance.
Okay, good. Do I currently see anything else around that may be watching for us?
Not in the tunnel right now.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and toss a dust of disappearance, and me and everybody within 10 feet of me become invisible for 2d4 minutes.
Alright, go ahead and roll the d4s for me as you all suddenly see this shimmering cloud sparkle
2
around
seconds.
all of you, and you all see yourselves
3 minutes.
disappear. For 3 minutes currently. You are all invisible, but you still make sound. As you make your way up the tunnel, are you going to slow down or speed up?
Oh no, we're going to fucking book it, I'm sure.
Yep. That's the plan. No, we better slow down a little bit. Well, no, fuck it. Keep going fast. That'll give us flat.
Alright.
Ugh, God,
Okay.
Bless you.
Alright, at this time, I please need a couple of checks. First, I need all of you to make your stealth checks. If you're moving slowly, you get advantage. Varkesh, you would get it flat. Ooh, 22.
And I think we're all blasting
Yeah,
out.
Yeah, we're all going quick.
Yeah. So it's just straight.
It's just
and
flat.
Yeah, here we go.
Oh, okay, so you're all running as hard as you can?
We are running.
Yeah.
Alright.
Great.
Still. Okay. Now, can I please have the passive perception checks from everyone?
No.
20.
11.
15.
Alright.
14.
Okay. Smokey and Varkesh, you kind of know where you two are. Valindra and Rook, you know a little bit where Varkesh and Smokey are, but as you run and move away, Rook being the guide, allowing you to find your way through the tunnels and to navigate out and escape, your party member is hard to keep track of in his invisible state, and Varkesh and Smokey and Valindra, you lose sight and don't know where Rook has gone. He was trying to guide you out, but Rook, you heard them, they were still moving behind you, and you think they're still behind you, but you have separated.
Sweet.
I thought this was just a general,
This is
like, straight
basically-
line tunnel when we were coming in, wasn't it?
No, you are winding through a narrow, kind of
Crypts.
maze-like corridor trying to get your way out. Because of you,
Alright.
you know the way in. You are smart enough to do that.
Alright, well, that being the case, as we're running along here, I will... So I hate to do it, but I'm going to drop the occasional crossbow bolt roughly once every 10 seconds as an indicator.
Okay, so after kind of doing that, you're a little farther away. As you start to try and get them to hopefully pick up where your breadcrumbs are starting, I need Valindra, Varkesh, and Smokey to make active perception checks, because you're now looking for where Rook has gone. Try to suss him out anyway. Alright. Smokey, you do see what appears to be a crossbow bolt dropped on the ground.
And
Kind
seeing
of
this
semi-pointing
and,
in a way that it wants to go.
and noticing the way that we've already lost one of our party, I'm going to grab a hold of the other two.
Okay, with your perception check, you can find
Yeah,
Varkesh,
I'm-
but you can't find Valindra.
I'm reaching.
Valindra, Varkesh, just follow the crossbow bolts, and we're booking again.
Alright, Valindra, you're able to kind of suss out where Smokey is, and you eventually grab onto him, as you all know.
I'll kick the dirt by the crossbow bolt.
I'm just making moves.
Okay, as you
Can
try
I-
to knock it off to the side.
Can I pick up the crossbow bolts
You
as I
can.
pass them?
Yeah, do you want to
Yeah.
pick up the crossbow bolts? Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna scoop them up and put them in my
Alright,
bag.
Valindra picks them up and puts them away, picks them up and puts them away. As you make your way out of the tunnel, trying to follow the path that Rook has laid before you, all of you linking arms and kind of following the crossbow rolled, you make your way through the tunnels out as fast as you can. Rook, you emerge first out into the open, Currently, there is no one nearby because you went into a secret little section, a side entrance that you knew of that wasn't the main way in. Waiting for your allies to eventually emerge, you hear the sounds of footfalls and eventually a slight pressure change in the air as maybe someone shuffled by you, as all of you have emerged outside on top.
Okay. As they come by, I'll hold out a hand to just like tap at the air where I see them, or where I think I hear them coming from, to see if I can catch one of them.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you eventually, as you all are standing there, you can kind of tap onto a Varkesh plate and a smoky, poofy robe, and a Valindra with a bit of pointy horn.
Okay, good. I found you. Come with me, and I'll start pulling us off towards towards the nearest alley that has a way leading out to a occupied public space.
Okay, as you all are linking arms, basically keeping yourselves together as you wind your way into the wider parts to make sure you don't accidentally bump into anyone, to let them be aware of your presence. You make your way to a nearby alley or some kind of way off to the side to let the spell drop off.
Yes, essentially.
Alright, as you make your way to a closed-off little space, resting in the shade, eventually the illusion of invisibility fades off. All of you once more staring at each other, realizing you have made it safe and sound out of the vaults.
I instantaneously just grab Smokey and give him almost a really bone-crushingly big hug, and just like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you.
Right, well, that wasn't your fault exactly. There was a enchantment on the door. I thought you resisted, but clearly you did not.
I was aware.
Either way, we are still hunted throughout the city. Perhaps we could get out for now, or head towards the cathedral. Honestly, at this point, it may be to our advantage to get over there.
To the cathedral? Why not the Traders Guild?
Well, because clearly my father didn't know of any of these threats to us. There's something going on.
I mean, we
And
could.
those Kenku that came after us were not of my family. They didn't have the insignia.
Maybe, well, as far as, relation of the actual layout of the city, Traders Hall versus Cathedral, how far apart are they?
Quite far apart. One's in the old district, the other's in the new district.
Well, Rook, we could go to the Cathedral, but I don't know if we'll be safe there. And right now, I'm rough.
No, I suppose you're right. Someone didn't want me to speak to my father clearly. So if we go there, we will be in danger. Perhaps we should retreat for now, as you say, and get some rest first.
Okay.
I stroke the top of Smokey's head repeatedly.
Smokey gets a cure wounds.
Yeah.
Alright, Smokey, get a cure
Hey.
wounds.
I will happily take it.
Alright. So, with the party all together, you wish to head back to where?
So, I say Traders Hall.
Okay.
The Traders Hall is the ones who gave away our position in the first place. That's a terrible idea.
Well,
But they are a separate business entity, so they might not dob us in. Like, hand us over.
they probably, they are very well guarded because, they don't want people stealing from them.
They're also very well watched.
I will use 4th level sending.
Sending?
For yep.
Okay, not seeming. Alright.
I have to upcast. We may get there. Don't worry.
Okay.
One thing at a time. Okay. So this is to Lulu.
Alright, to Lulu you send. What do you send?
Have the statue obtain contract.
We need a safe meeting place.
In city, need safe meeting space.
Blood fuck.
Dangerously low on resources.
And blood.
Traders among the Kenku of the cathedral.
Stop.
Stay safe.
Lots of love.
Smokey.
Alright. So, as you reveal this information, Lulu does reply, "Yes, darlings, I understand. I shall obtain the contract immediately. I can meet you at the inn we were at. If that is agreeable with you, I shall see you there in approximately 10 minutes. Ta!
Okay, so I just contacted Lulu. She's going to get us the contract, so hopefully we won't have to worry about money for a while because we bothered to get the contract, the cat statue thing. But I mean, in the city, I have one more seeming left in me, so that'll keep us pretty darn safe. Are we good with that?
That's
Yeah.
all we have to do, yes.
All right.
I don't think we should go back to the inn, though.
Well, if we don't look like ourselves, one of us.
It is the only meeting place that we all know at this moment.
Is Vitalindra still poisoned?
Yes.
Yes.
I will cure that.
Alright, with what level?
My last is my 5th level.
Okay.
Lesser resto. No, screw it. Seeing it's a 5th level, I'm going to make it a greater resto. Might as well make it a big bang pop.
Alright, well that won't cure poisons.
Oh, never mind. Lesser resto it is.
I
Okay.
feel like it does everything. It's up to you.
Does it? Does it? Does it do that? Does it cure everything?
shall...
Go ahead and
Finding out.
look it. Let's double check.
Okay, fine. I'll just click greater resto and you can read it.
Alright, let's see. Did it exude reduction level? The following effects.
It would not.
Petrified, one
Okay.
curse. Yeah, no, so. No, you just
So,
do lesser. That's
Lesser
fine.
resto.
All right. As Smokey's preparing for seeming, any ideas for? I mean, Rook, you live here. What would be a good idea to make us very unnoticeable?
Well, this area is a bit of a melting pot, but glancing around, and just from what I recall, what would be the most common members of the population here?
The most prominent race has been ranging between dwarves and humans and a few, maybe a scattering of tieflings and maybe a bit of elf and a few gnomes, but the biggest ones would be dwarves, humans.
Everything.
Yeah. Well, almost anything will fit.
Okay. I become a
keep it to about our size. Humans, elves, tieflings even would work.
yep.
Tieflings.
Okay, so I cast Seeming, I become a dwarf, I make myself a little bit shorter, I use my fuzziness to my advantage. Rook and Valindra are both tieflings. Varkesh is going to...
Make him an elf. Piss him off.
No, dimensions are totally wrong. You're going to be a rather robust human.
Okay, are you going to shrink him down a little bit?
I mean, he's what, 7 foot?
He's
He's nearly
8'2".
8, yeah.
8'2", I think. Let me bring up Seeming.
Massive.
I don't think there's a limit on how...
No,
much
there's no
I-
limit, but it's just one of those things
Yeah.
where if someone touches around outside of the
Right.
illusion...
So, this made me look like a cart horse. I'm fine.
Has to maintain the
definitely
same
could.
limbs.
Uh,
Has to maintain same limbs.
I...
The quadrupedal.
Do I see any bugbears around here?
No.
Too rare, too
You
rare,
wouldn't see a
too rare.
bugbear, no. You
I'm
could-
making
you
him
could see
I'm
Goliaths.
making him a half orc.
A half-orc, yes,
Ah.
there are half-orcs.
Good choice.
So he's a robust half orc, maybe only 7 foot, maybe get 6'10".
They don't
Okay.
even get that big.
Alright, so he's
I
tall.
He's a 3/4 orc. I don't care.
Just like you're a 3/4 dragon.
Well, blame my parents.
Alright, so allowing the illusion magic to go across your allies, you now have 2 tieflings, 1 dwarf, and a rather robust and large half-orc.
Question.
Yes.
Rook's horns, what color are they?
Smokey,
Horn
what
color.
color are the horns?
Yeah, I'll make them pretty like dullish gray.
Okay.
Oh, I just meant like his natural horns because if I have control over the seeming, I want to look as close to the color of whatever tiefling I can imagine his mom being.
They're bone white.
Fuck. Never mind then.
Alright.
It's done.
It's done, as you are all now.
And we're walking.
You're covered by the illusion as you make your way out of the alley, trying to do the whole casual walking by and making your way to the inn that Lulu said she would meet you in about 10 minutes.
No, I don't want to go to the inn.
Okay?
We were disguised in seeming since the minute we left our rooms, and they were still able to find Rook and attack him in his sleep. They know where we are.
We haven't another choice. It's a set meeting place, unless you, or I guess one of the others, can send a message with a different location.
How long does it take for you to get Winnie back?
It'll take me an hour to stitch them back together.
I mean, Lulu's almost certainly being watched as well. I think we should stick together, pick up Lulu, and leave.
I would agree. We just look like any nondescript adventuring party. I mean,
And also, the thing is, I can actually, if we can just get in range of Lulu, I can just message with her. We don't actually have to even talk to her. I can communicate with her from 120 feet away, and we don't even have to meet with her technically.
excellent.
Okay.
So we'll set a drop point in a nearby alley and then move our way out of the city.
I mean, Rook, are you okay leaving your family with something clearly going on?
No, but we'll come back tomorrow. We're not in any state to do anything about it right now.
To the woods.
All right, into the woods. That will be where you're
So
heading.
we're gonna go within 120 feet of the Golden Lily and the.
Yeah, we're gonna. You know what? Smokey's gonna treat everyone to a meal. Is there like a restaurant near?
There are plenty of restaurants inside the new district.
Street food.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, we're gonna go to some food carts.
Okay.
Get
As
some
you
tapas.
Great. All right. So you go to get whatever you would want to refresh yourself. get
Cash
yourself
just
some-
shoving his food into his forehead right now.
Yes, technically.
This is delicious. It's delicious.
Yes, that would technically be what happens.
Well, actually,
Disappears.
wait, because he's 8'2", the orc is much smaller.
6'10". Yeah.
Oh god, that's a 2-foot difference. So I mean, that's literally yeah.
Okay.
It's like, I mean, it's nowhere. It's going
This is
over his head. It's
Smokey.
like he just disappears. It
Okay,
disappears.
Smokey would realize this almost instantly.
It just stops me like, no.
We're doing to go. We're doing to go.
All right, to avoid eating in public and give you that little chance of noticing something's fishy. But please, I need all of you to make performance checks with advantage as you try to act the parts as you make your way out of the city.
And Barkash pretending to be green. This
All
is
right,
not.
21, 18, 20, pretty good.
Okay.
20. All right.
Oh wait, do I get
Luckily,
advantage?
Yeah,
You do.
because
Everyone gets
illusion.
advantage.
Whew.
So,
I was about to say, I was like, Varkish pretending to be an orc would be just terrible.
knowing how to act yourselves without necessarily looking too bizarre as you maybe avoid trying to bump shoulders or give any hint that your illusion exists, you know, making sure you don't knock into something that maybe your invisible width or height might bonk. You do a very good job of performing your part, making your way, buying the food. You just want like a nice little rations of mixture meals, meat pies, veggies, some
Yeah.
fruit drinks, anything like that.
We're talking like
street corn.
if Brooke asks for it, Smokey will buy it.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
Street corn.
Street corn. Are we talking about
Everyone's
like?
silent. Just
Are
like,
we referring to like bird feed corn, or are we referring to corn on the cob? What are we doing here?
The joke is it was just so Mexican street corn is literally just corn on the cob roasted with a mixture of cheese and spices poured over it. It's fantastic.
you can't eat normally. You have to peck at it.
It's his exercise too.
Well, we got it to go to avoid this particular.
But yes, you can easily find vendors that can accommodate either by providing you with the ingredients to allow you to combine them together, so you can go to a cheese vendor, get all the cheeses you want, easily able to melt them with prestidigitation to warm it up into that gooey state. And you are able to create your little picnic with whatever you would like. The total will run you about 8 silver for everyone to be fed.
Great.
I was going to
I
say
get enough for Lulu too.
a joke not to
Oh,
make a
okay.
production out of it, but fuck, it makes sense for Rook.
Just make it 9 silver then at that point.
Sure.
All right. So yes, you gather your new supplies, making yourself able to have a nice stash to enjoy once you leave the city. As you close in to the distance close to the inn, you feel like you're right at the range to try to send a message towards Lulu.
Okay. Do you think I can do it with my hands in my pockets as far as the somatic stuff?
I mean, if you want to try and do it subtly, just make a sleight of hand check.
I'll try that. Oh, sleight of hand. That's an 8.
Okay, I mean, you do your best to try and do it, but people notice it's kind of a weird thing. Your hand goes in and then it's like, it's moving. So...
Played off like a really shitty, dirty joke or something. I don't know.
Okay. Lulu, we're under disguise again. You're probably being watched, but go ahead and try and just take a circuitous route to where we camped before.
Darlings, yes, I hear you. I shall rendezvous with you there. I have the contract in hand. See you soon.
Do we want to actually make the drop-off for her to give her the statue so she can just drop it off now?
It may be better. That way we minimize our risk of personal exposure.
Lulu, we have the statue with us. If you wanted to drop it off, how would you suggest we do it without coming in contact with you?
You would have to hand it to me, darlings. Eventually, I would have to take possession of it.
Well, no, but just be sneaky. Like, do you think we should leave it on a barrel and then you walk by and just pick it up and that sort of thing?
Darlings, no, absolutely not. That thing shouldn't be left out of sight. It is precious and rare.
It will draw attention as well. It is not exactly discreet. Let's just meet with her outside.
Okay, we'll just meet with you outside in the last place.
All right. See you there.
Okay, and we will take our picnic and skedaddle.
All right, making your way out of the city, past the walls, to the meadowy area that you were camping before. Eventually finding the... did Varkesh put the anvil away?
Yeah. I
Okay.
never leave that behind.
All right, but you eventually find the spot where the anvil did rest, a kind of a bit of a flattened piece of grass that you recall when you had set it down. But you are in your spot, waiting for a little bit.
Just collapse on the ground. I feel so bad.
All right. As you wait just a moment more, Lulu eventually does come to you as you can see her in the distance as she's making her way as casually as she can, trying to look over her shoulder occasionally to see if someone might be following her. But eventually she sees you and waves at you in the distance and kind of makes a quick hurried step towards you as fast as she can. Eventually, Dallas, I got here as soon as I could. Is everything all right?
No, nothing's okay.
We haven't lost anything, and we got the contract and what we were going in there for. Problem is, there's a bunch of treachery apparently, as I said, in Rook's rookery, so that's something we're going to have to take care of tomorrow once we get some rest.
All right. Well, do you have the statue?
Yes?
Let me see it, darlings.
Varkesh, I believe you have the bag.
Can I,
On the
before he
floor,
gives it to her, can I check and see, is it really Lulu?
Oh, make an investigation check.
God, I'm so not good at these. 13.
It's Lulu. Looks like Lulu, talks like Lulu, acts like Lulu. She looks at Varkesh waiting for the statue.
I'm just looking at everyone else going, what do you want?
Sure.
Varkesh, it's time to give the statue so we can get paid.
I
I know it was more of an opportunity type thing, but still.
We'll take out the statue.
All right. As you pull out the black cat statue and hold it and put it on the ground towards Valindra, not Valindra, sorry, to Lulu, she looks at it and goes, "Marvelous, darlings, that is excellent work, splendid, thank you so much." As she tries to pick it up, goes,
Hold on 1 second first. Smokey is actually going to grab onto it. I'm going to just check it over first, make sure we're not delivering something super, super dangerous to... I want to know what we're giving away. And he's going to start ritual casting Identify.
Okay, as you slowly begin that, Lulu goes, "Oh, well, more information, I suppose, could be valuable.
More money would be better.
Indeed. The reward for this is quite sizable, I can
It
assure
was
you.
50,000.
Not
What?
as much as that, darling, no.
Yeah, you got my hopes going there.
That's what I thought. I thought it was something huge.
Not as much as that, darling. You think it would be, but don't forget there is a fee associated with my work.
Smokey, you owe me about 500 gold pieces.
Alright. As you spend the time casting the Ritual Identify spell, you are able to discern that this particular statue has the capability of coming to life. When activated, it will turn into a guard lynx, a black, large feline that will act as a companion to whoever activates it, giving them a pet to control that will do a sizable amount of damage to those who would threaten its owner.
I want that.
Too bad.
Yeah. Smokey, understanding this and feeling that there's no other secret legendary qualities to this frickin' statue,
None.
will give a nod and will offer it up to Lulu.
All right. Lulu takes it as it's kind of a bit of a heavy statue. She's just like, darling, I've got this, darling. Thank you.
Okay. Do you want something to... what can I do? Is there any way you can... I mean, we don't want you to get mugged on the way back to the Trader's Hall.
It's
Do
Lulu.
you perchance have
Everyone's
your own bag of holding?
No, darlings, I don't have such a lovely carrying capacity as you do, but I shall be fine. No one will dare try to steal this from me. I'll have the guards escort me once I reach the gate, so I can go to the Trader's Hall securely. They won't mind escorting a lady as myself.
Lulu, can you at least make it look like something else?
No?
Yeah, what were you expecting there, Valindra?
I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out what she can do because she still hasn't really told us much of what she can do.
Could you just throw some fabric over it?
You know what?
Oh, do you have a spare piece of cloth?
I go in my bag of holding and I pull out a large rag that I use for
Some of his ludicrous numbers of napkins.
Actually, I do have a very large rag. It's covered in soot and steel shavings, and it's really grubby. But I just throw it at Lulu.
Before she goes, I will also touch her on the shoulder, and I will cast Mage Armor on her.
Oh, all right. Okay, giving her a sudden bolster. Well, she does seem to have this now extra aura that goes around her for a brief moment before it fades away. She goes, thank you.
It should help a bit.
How much trouble did you get into exactly?
We hurt.
Not really more than we did before. It's just it was a touch and go for a bit getting out. But no one actually, one person saw us. But I don't think it's anyone who didn't already know about us.
All right, darlings. Well, that is good to know.
To be frank,
Hi, Frank.
should it figure into any negotiations you may be able to make, each of us nearly died, individually, altogether, as a whole, but we made it out.
Well,
if you could leverage that.
That's good. You mean try to pinch a little bit more for your troubles?
If you can.
Oh, darlings, of course, I always try to keep my clients in their best, rewards for their services.
But of course, it's just figured it may be a useful chip. Bargaining with that.
I shall endeavor to overgrandize your exploits. Now, of course, I shall be needing to take my time to walk there and return the statue and complete the contract, so if you don't mind, I'll make my way there now.
Are we staying here, or are we moving somewhere else?
Oh, are you moving?
Is this where we stayed last night?
It is.
Yes.
Okay, I thought we moved further away after the two...
Oh, we did.
Right. We moved further away after the anvil situation. And that's where we're at right now, in the new place, away from the anvil area.
Okay. Then, yeah, we're good.
Alright, so I shall find you here, then.
Yep.
Alright, it might take me some time, darlings, but I shall try to move as fast as I can. Once the contractor returns to the Trader's Hall, I can get the payment from them and have it situated into your accounts post-haste.
If you could, from my portion of the funds, if you could get me 600 gold worth of diamond dust.
All right. I shall see what we have in our stocks, and if not here in Trilak, I will certainly put in an order for them to bring it from Alniel or Bylock.
All right.
But is that it, darlings, then?
Look around. I think I'm good now.
All right, excellent. I shall be as quick as I can. Stay safe. And she kind of begins to walk with that little bit of... The statue is a little heavy, but she is making a good walking pace.
Okay.
Right. Well, could you two take some time to look over the gem and the sword? I think someone should follow her.
Are you really going to split off now?
I mean, Lulu's off on her own right now. I'm
I
rather
think-
concerned by this.
I think she's a big girl and she can take care of herself.
I mean, maybe if Rook just wants to walk her to the gate.
I can at least accompany that far.
I will take a look at the gem, seeing as I am a gem cutter as well as a blacksmith.
I will go with Rook to escort Lulu.
Are you openly escorting or are you stealthing?
Well, I was planning to stealth after her.
Stealth.
All right, so both of you make stealth checks. As Varkesh, you hold the gem that I believe
Smokey had.
Yes, so Smokey do hand.
We'll trade the sword for the gem.
Okay, so yeah, basically
Like,
handing.
do that whole childlike slow. It's fine.
All right, even though both of you have the identify spell in your capable hands,
Yeah.
Rook
I just
and,
want to look at it.
Rook and Valindra make their way as quietly as they can towards the guardhouse, as they keep a good distance, keeping an eye on Lulu as she makes a very awkward way towards it. Eventually, after you watch for maybe about 5 minutes, she reaches the gate and does seem to do a bit of hair flicking, finger twirling, and some kind of bosom bouncing just to get the guards to be persuaded eventually to accompany her, one of them taking the statue and carrying it for her as she makes her way down into the streets past the buildings towards the Trader's Hall. You can choose to follow her at this point or just stay outside and watch.
Rook, what do you think?
You are
My
disguised.
instinct is to follow, but we did agree to come back after this point.
Is she being escorted by guards?
Yes, there are 2 guards. One that is walking with her in a kind of protective manner, and the other one holding the statue.
Okay. I think she should be fine.
I don't like it, but
Okay,
I mean, if you
Let's
want to
go
go, we can go.
all right. So,
alright, let's go with her then. And I'm gonna go.
Ah!
oh, okay. So you both go and try to follow her through. The guards do see you approach. It's a pretty obvious. You can't stealth by them. So they watch you go in. They don't seem to stop or question you. The gates are open for trade to enter. As
Yep.
you make your
My
way
goal is essentially just to blend in with the crowds following along.
As you make your way inside, still under the illusion from Smokey's seeming, you follow her all the way to the Trader's Hall. During this time, the Identify spell would have completed for Varkesh, and would you be casting this as well for Smokey?
Oh, yes.
Alright, so, Varkesh, the gem itself is a very intriguing item. It is a gem of true seeing, but it is one that is cracked. The item itself has the capabilities to allow you to see past illusion into the ethereal plane, as well as ghosts and other creatures that try to hide invisibly. You can use this gem once a day before it must take a long rest, in a sense, before it can be used again. So, it lasts for a duration of 1d4 minutes.
Right.
Pretty clutch.
It's pretty shit, actually.
Could be very
Um,
helpful if used appropriately.
mm.
So, does he have any idea of what it would do, like, if it were fixed?
You get the sense that it would take a very keen amount of skill and careful craftsmanship, along with some magic, to perhaps try and repair this item, but it could be possible.
Well, I could possibly fix this. Maybe.
All right. As Smokey is concentrating and finishing the swords, identify. So, the silver sword that you have is a silver the silver sword. The silver sword is a sword of +1.
That's
all it
a
is.
shitty name.
What type of sword is it?
It is just a silvered sword, magical, +1 damage.
Well, I mean, like rapier, short sword,
Oh,
long
sorry.
sword.
It is a long sword.
Okay.
Varkesh and
I mean, sure.
are the only ones who can use it.
Yeah.
I don't have a magical weapon.
Yeah. This is. I mean, it's not like it's an enchanted sword and it's silvered. So, I mean, if you want this, or Valindra may be able to use it too.
I think Valindra would probably like it because nothing I make's ever good enough. There.
My Warhammer's not magical.
Could be.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
not.
Could be, though. If you give me some damn time.
Yeah, if you stopped, using all of your daily things on yourself, that is, anyway, Mr. Forge Cleric.
What do I make for myself?
You're +1 to your armor class.
But that's what I need, otherwise I die, and I'm talking about actually making it permanently magical. I can do that.
Alright. At this point, Smokey's going to just relax and start taking a watch while short resting.
All right, taking your time to short rest as Varkesh joins you.
And he opens the basket of the goodies.
Eating
And
some of the
imagine-
picnic before Valindra and Vark come back.
Are we out of sight of the road or something? I assume that's
Oh
something.
yes, you're far off.
So we don't have to worry about Varkesh eating.
Yeah, there's no one to see the very bizarre, except for you, of course. You can see it.
No.
Yeah, it's just
Look to
disappears.
Smokey. He's going to look to Smokey, and he's going to look really somber and sorry. He can't really look the cat in the eye, and he goes, "I'm really sorry for what I did. I'm really sorry."
I mean, when I dispelled the magic on you, I could tell that there was something going on. It wasn't you.
It was. I was there. I knew exactly what I was doing, and that's the scary part.
Well,
Didn't care. I just looked at you. I looked at Valindra. I looked at Rook, and I saw a roast turkey. I saw someone that I just wanted to kill, and I saw someone who I wanted to subjugate. And when things didn't go my way, I just wanted to kill you all, and that's really scary. And I'm really sorry.
oh. So you think that whatever that was kind of tapped into
I have no
the
idea.
Blue Dragon's side?
I have no idea. All I know is I did not like it, and I'm really sorry. I wouldn't have done that otherwise. I guess I should apologize to Valindra and Rook when they come back.
Well, I mean, if nothing else to explain, I'm sure they'd like to know.
I don't know. I've tried to have conversations with them in the past, and it just falls short. It's like I'm a leper to them, which is weird, but I don't know.
What do you mean they don't get you or whatever?
I just lean in close to Smokey just because I fear Rook's ears might pick up more than, through distance he could actually possibly. You go, I just don't think they respect me all that much. It's like I'm just a big thing that makes things. And when I was in the vault with all of you, that was the first thing that came to me, and that's what made me angry. And that's what I focused on. And then I just lost it.
Well, I mean, how would you like to be treated?
I'll get back to you on that.
Okay. And Smokey will resume just eating his
Eating.
corn
Mhm.
while keeping watch.
Yep.
Just like,
You can make a perception check as you keep an eye
Okay.
out as Rook and Valindra are making their way, casually crossing the streets, watching Lulu from a distance, keeping that kind of trail as Smokey is looking occasionally outside, maybe once every 3 minutes or 4 minutes just to kind of get
Yeah.
some good. So, not really too alert. So, Valindra and Rook, you notice that Lulu does reach the Trader's Hall without any interruption, no one coming by trying to hassle her, and she makes her way inside as the guards depart and leave her with the statue in her arms as she makes her way through the doors. You can follow her inside if you like.
I'm letting Rook take lead on this.
Does anybody look to be stopped and checked along the way inside?
bless you.
So sorry about that. Is anyone stopping and looking at her?
No, is anybody stopping and checking people who go into the Traders Guild at all?
No, it is basically an open marketplace, like walking into a mall. No one stops and checks you to go inside, you just go through.
Okay, then yeah, we'll follow in.
Okay. All of the hustle and bustle does seem to continue on. Many people are doing business in the Traders Hall. Lulu makes her way to the back as she goes through an entranceway that seems to be for those who work for the Traders Guild. As she goes down a set of stairs leading into either a hallway or a chamber, you don't know, but she does kind of descend into the distance near the back. As you make your way there, if you try to follow, you do see that one person stops you with a I'm sorry, that is not for you. You are not at the Traders Guild. You must remain here in the main foyer.
Slap it.
I would have tried to follow if I knew it was an area that belonged to the Traders Guild specifically, so...
Yeah. If it looked like there were people watching, like checking people as they went in, we wouldn't have tried.
Oh, it's not watching. It's kind of like one of those things where if you were in a bank and there's a little set of doors that just looks for the tellers to go in, if you try to go in and you're not a teller, they're just going to go.
Call the police.
Okay.
They're just like, what are you doing? That's
Okay,
not
well-
the bathroom door. Try another door.
Rook, do you want to hang out and follow her all the way back? Are the guards still with her?
Oh no, the guards left at the entrance of the Trader's Hall.
Well, ideally, yes, we would be able to follow her out. Look around. Do you have any shopping to do here? Something we could do to keep ourselves busy?
No, but I can pretend to shop, and I will put on the act of window shopping, because we're both tieflings, right?
Yep.
Okay. I'll put on the act of shopping with... Are we the same color, tiefling?
Smokey, what color did you make us?
Yeah, you're both red.
Sweet. I'll put on the act of shopping with my brother.
Okay.
The whole,
It'll
like,
do.
do you think Mom would like this, or do you think she'd like this? How much money do we have again?
Okay, make a performance check with advantage.
I don't know. Devil's in the details.
15.
15, and for Rook? Alright, you do a very convincing job of browsing and looking to see, asking a few questions. For the most part, the Traders Guild does seem to bring in wares that allows people to oogle and awe at, and most of the times if you have an order, you basically walk to a desk. So for you, you're doing a kind of a mixture of oogling at those things as well as going to the desk and then kind of asking questions of like, do you have this? Do you have that? Can you tell me what it looks like? Can you show me? They come up, bring you things, go,
Can I try it on?
Yeah. So there's like a song and dance of you doing this in the Trader's Hall. During this time, you were gone for a while. Smokey and Varkesh. Valindra and Rook have been gone for more than 10 minutes. They should have been back by now. It's been almost 20.
I mean, 20 minutes isn't really that long to panic.
Well, compared to how long we know the gate is. What do you think the odds are that they followed Lulu?
Most likely.
Mhm.
This sounds so sick of her shit.
So sick of this shit.
Yeah.
I mean, Varkesh, how much magic juice do you got left?
Magic juice.
The strongest thing I can cast currently is a whole person.
Oh, you mean magic. I was wondering what you meant by magic juice. I've got minor things I can cast.
Okay.
That's about it.
I think we'll stay still and we'll worry once we get rested and then see how things are.
All right. Filling your short rest time, you are able to do that successfully as Valindra and Rook are still doing this charade. So an hour goes by. Lulu has not emerged.
Hold on, I'm doing some hit dice.
Same, actually.
All right, as you heal up that way. You guys are just window shopping. If you wanted to casually sit, lean against things, and take your time to short rest as well, you can in the Trader's Hall.
Yeah, I'd say we probably would.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, you can sit down on a bench nearby and casually look at things, walk and talk, but it's nothing too strenuous, more than just kind of staying in one place and resting, using the time to catch your breath. As you roll your hit dice to gain your hit points, you spend an hour and a half. Lulu is still not emerged. 2 hours. 2.5 hours.
I won't start being concerned about it until people start giving us strange looks.
No one seems to bother or mind you're there. It's a big basilica. It's a place where a lot of people come and go to trade and look and listen to try and see what they can find as a bargain, scope out people who are in need of contracts completed. There's a plenty of people going around that no one really pays you much mind.
Willing to wait up until about the 6-hour mark since Smoky Cat's seeming, and then we should probably head back.
All right. Smokey and Varkesh, if you're willing to wait.
Shouldn't we, like, go in and check on her?
Well, no, see, she said that she would have to wait for the buyer to appear anyway, and I haven't seen anybody else suspicious to move through there.
Well, I don't think we should keep Smokey and Varkesh waiting too long.
My primary concern right now is that she may be stopped on the way back, to put it politely.
I mean, we could probably leave a note for her to stay here overnight, and then we can just come get her in the morning.
Well, it just leaves her in the place of danger even longer.
Yeah, but if she's, in there, they at least have some kind of security.
Do we know if Lulu has the ability to stay inside Traders Guild proper?
There are places inside the Traders Guild for those who work to rest and recover occasionally if they need to. Most of the time, if they have a home somewhere in a place that they have residence in, they will take up there, but any of them who travel can take up lodgings inside the hall.
Yes, well, I'm sure we can leave a message with one of the clerks here. Does have a way that she can stay here. Perhaps that is a good plan.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I have pull out some paper and an inkwell and pen out a note. For Lulu, her last name was Bordelais, right?
Mm-hmm.
For Lulu Bordelais, please do not feel rushed. It may be better for you to get a pleasant night's rest here at the guild. We will have our meeting tomorrow. In the signed, regards, Rook Belfry.
Okay.
Well,
risky.
no,
Just-
I won't sign it, Rook. Actually, I will use the name that we used last we introduced ourselves in disguise.
What name was that?
As I recall, I went with John Doe.
All right, so you write...
And so I'll actually pen it out, John and Jane Doe. So myself and Valindra's character.
Okay. As you put John and Jane Doe as the signers of the note, you pass it to a nearby clerk, and...
I'll pass it to the little, teller-looking lady.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Alright.
done, and I'll just give it to her.
All right, easily enough. They handle mail all the time, and considering that Lulu is here in the hall, it's easily delivered to her. So they take it without trouble, and will pass it on to Lulu.
All right, let's go. Let's get back.
All right. You make your way out of the Trader's Hall, heading back to where Varkesh and Smokey were. It has been almost 3 hours before your friends arrive.
Well, if that's the case, after the short rest, I would like to start work on the gem.
Can I check and make sure nobody's following us?
Sure, you can make a perception check.
I'd like to do the same.
All right. And Varkesh, as you are trying to understand how to work this gem, make an Arcana check for me. All right. Valindra and Rook, you keep an eye out as you look over your shoulders occasionally, trying to see if anyone might be coming by. No one seems to be following you. You get the sense that no one cares about two tieflings, but you keep yourself on alert. You're safe for the most part. Varkesh, you examine the gem as thoroughly as you can, but as you spend the time examining it for the duration of an hour or so, you can't really determine the first step to completely healing or repairing this gem.
Mending. Fabrication.
Do you want to try mending?
Yes.
Okay. You try the mending spell. It wants to work, but you notice that what is missing is apparently there's like a shard, almost as if pieces of the actual gem are gone. And so it might require perhaps something to be placed inside before it can be rendered whole.
That's... Fucking throw the gem away. Useless.
Toki sees this happen and goes to retrieve the gem.
You have the gem.
And by the time the short rest ended, Smokey is going to cast the Mordenkainen's private sanctum invisibly around them.
Okay, sure. Not letting any cloud or cover kind of become apparent to anyone who might wander inside. You eventually set up the sanctum. As Varkesh, frustrated a bit at the gem not revealing its secrets to you, Valindra and Rook return. As they wave at you in the distance, you can see each other as you regroup.
Hi.
Hello.
Guys, I'm going to just assume that you guys went to follow Lulu.
That's a fair assumption. She made it to the Traders Guild safely, and hopefully she is astute enough to understand that John and Jane Doe was in fact us, and will be ready to meet tomorrow.
Okay. Well, I've made the camp safe, and also he waves his hand, and the food in the basket gets warm again.
Aww.
Freshening up with your mage microwave.
Oh, right, I had quite forgotten that. Thank you, Smokey, for this again. I appreciate it.
Yep.
All right. So, with you all setting up camp and settled and quite thoroughly beaten, but successful in your attempt, you would like to take a long rest at this time.
Yeah.
All right. So, you each will turn in for the night as you choose to take shifts for
Oh,
watch.
yes.
I'll take first
Yeah.
because I'm useless.
All right. First is
Well,
Varkesh.
Varkesh, I do have some abilities, so I can take the first watch if you want to go ahead and sleep.
Okay. I mean,
Oh, what are you talking about?
Well, just because if something were to happen, I'm a little bit more prepared.
Oh. Yeah. And do you have Winnie back, by the way?
You could have had Winnie back up if you wish to cast it.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and mark 10 gold from your person, as you would have burned up incense and herbs in order to return Winnie once more.
Oh, God. And now it costs money?
didn't it always?
It
No.
always
Oh, it did.
it did. We just never kept track of it. So I'm just like, sorry. It's basically just imagine it like this. You have to do a special ritual to the needle to allow it to be imbued, and it holds the shadow. So once the needle has been successfully infused
Wait.
with those special ones, it can then start to pull your
I
shade.
thought Winnie was brought back whole again as a living.
No. Winnie has not been raised from the dead. Winnie has been clarified
Together.
The body parts have been stitched together, and allowing the shade to
Not be in the
basically
thing.
possess it.
Okay.
But yes, but yeah, Winnie has not been raised yet.
Okay.
But yes, so you do this during
I'll
the
attempt to do that.
you do this during the hour time, as you would have spent quite a few times out in the actual meadow. It's been probably 4 to 5 hours easily, so you could have done that as well as anything else you might want. But
I will attempt to pray.
okay, you're praying to the first
My-
dragon.
The first one, my deity, and I'm going to repeat the same wish I made before about little
Uh-huh.
Winnie, to bring him back and have him whole and complete, and have his life connected to Valindra's.
Okay, all
Sense of
right.
life.
Go ahead and please roll your percentile die for your divine
Divine
intervention.
Because it's a great idea to piss off her new patron, yes.
Damn
Okay, sadly, your prayer doesn't even seem to get a warming response. Your
Nah.
god, your deity, doesn't seem to think that this particular prayer is pressing.
Apparently not.
But yes. So, Varkesh, you wish to take a second watch or the first watch? Because Valindra said she'll take the first.
Whichever one, I really do not mind. I cannot see in the dark anyway.
And also, in those 5 to several hours, I would scry my scroll of what the heck is it called? Non-detection into my book.
Oh, so sorry, you don't want to scry. You want to write it in.
I'm writing it in. Sorry. Yes.
Right. Okay. So you spend 5 hours doing that.
No, only 3 because it's an abjuration spell.
Half the time. So yeah,
Oh, which means I only have to spend half the money.
indeed.
Alright, so that becomes 84.
Okay. So, taking the time to transcribe the new spell into your book, you are able to successfully create non-detection.
Yes.
So, who is taking second and third watch?
Take a second.
I'll wake up Smokey after.
Okay. All right. And Varkesh, you take third?
If people want me to take a night watch, that's fine.
I think that Rook should take third because he can see in the dark.
Okay. I don't think that's offensive or anything.
No,
I didn't sleep at all the night before, but fuck it.
We'll get a full rest.
Long rest, yeah.
Yeah, you'll get a full rest.
But yeah, I mean, Varkesh, you can also stay awake with Valindra if 2 heads are better than 1 in a sense.
I mean, that doesn't matter. I still can't see in the dark. That doesn't fix anything.
It will give her advantage.
All right, then I will assist in my
Okay.
very blind type way.
All right,
We
so
will take fourth watch.
there is no fourth watch. There's only
That's
3.
called the daytime.
Okay.
Yeah, I allow you to do it for 3. So,
Hey.
go ahead then, if you two are staying awake while the other two sleep. Make a perception check with advantage, whoever would like to do it.
Cool. I don't know why I did it.
I'm just gonna roll mine just to see what I would have gotten.
Please don't. It'll make me cry.
I'm gonna roll.
Doesn't even care.
See,
Well,
it would have been a disadvantage, so it would have been 5.
It would have
so.
been a nat 1 for him. But yes,
rolled separately.
yeah, if you rolled separately, he rolled a nat 1 and you rolled an 11. But either way, you
But together, we would have got 17.
You keep an eye out, looking around, making sure nothing comes to the party. As your other 2 allies sleep peacefully, Smokey, you are resting peacefully, and during this time, your dreams begin to take shape, and the world around you reforms to a very familiar setting. You find yourself suddenly back home. You can see that your house is in front of you. The streets behind you are currently covered with sand. People are passing by. They don't seem to pay much attention, but you are home again. And you enter inside and you can see that there are a few of your family members roaming around. Your grandmother is there, sitting and smiling. She does seem to have a friend who's visiting. Everyone here is pleasant and peaceful, and they occasionally look and smile at you as you come in, but the conversation is muddled. It's a nice dream. It seems to be a place of peace and serenity, and you feel comfortable. It's been a long time since you've been home. But as you sit down and enjoy your time with your family, eventually, without really noticing it, one by one, they disappear. They leave the home, they walk away, go into other rooms, eventually leaving you sitting there alone. And as you look around, you wait for a moment, but nothing happens. But as you turn back in the seat, what was once empty, your sister appears, sitting, smiling, her beautiful face and complexion just beaming with her radiant features as she slowly gives you a nod and a wink, a kind of a little coy greeting as she smiles.
Hello, little brother. I hope you appreciate the effort I made to recreating your home for you. Don't try to talk. Your words are a waste of my time. I am simply here to convey a message. The suzerain is not pleased with your continued disobedience, and has threatened to send the wrath of his flight upon you to return the grimoire you have no business handling. Fortunately, he has allowed me a chance to spare your life, and those of your so-called friends, if you would just give it to me. When you leave your slumber, deliver the grimoire to me. I will await you at sunset on the lake north of the old district of Trilak, beside a lonely willow tree. Now, I have passed on my warning and offer of salvation. It's time for me to depart. Enjoy your memories, little brother. If you don't comply, they will be all you have left of home and family.
And as she steps, she disappears, leaving you once more in the absent home for you to remain for the time being until you are woken up for your time to keep watch as Valindra and Varkesh are standing there waiting to take their rest.
And that's when I kicked him down the stairs.
Muted.
Kelly, muted yourself.
I know. I forgot. Sorry. That was a thrilling tale, Varkesh. Truly. Smokey, are you good to take watch?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You okay?
I think he's still mad at me.
Yeah. No, Varkesh. Just, I don't know how, But my sister just contacted me in a dream.
Oh,
Is that even possible? Is that a thing?
I've heard of a dream spell before, but I didn't know it could get past the wards I put up.
You can make an intelligence check real quick.
Yeah. Intelligence is down here. 22.
Out of all your studies, you know that is not divination.
Yeah. So, could have been a lot worse. She is still after the grimoire. She said that, I'll be honest, I don't remember the name of, you revealed some new information. Is that the name of the dragon overlord?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought.
does he relay what that is?
I'm just getting the name. Hold on. Kindle. Where's my? Oh, it's in my smoky notes. I'm in my Ages Past notes. Smoky notes.
Smoky notes.
Smoky notes. Google Docs. Use them. Where's it? History. Silverstream. So Kazor, I believe is the name.
You know the official name, but you only heard a title.
Okay, can you repeat the title? I'm sorry.
Suzerain.
Suzerain. So, apparently, it's not just my siblings who know that I have the grimoire, but also the head blue dragon who kind of, rules over the oasis. The title is Suzerain, but
That's the difference, by the way. You know who rules over yours, but the Suzerain rules over all.
the blue, all the blue.
All the blue.
Wait a minute. Does that strike a chord?
So, yeah.
When he says the word Suzerain, you do know what that means, yes.
Ooh. Go on.
So yeah, apparently, what my Nana did was big enough for the Overlord of the Blue Dragons to take interest, and Bahira said that if I don't bring the grimoire to her at the end of tomorrow at sunset, then apparently that's my last chance to try and get out of this without repercussions. But if I don't, then she implied that the Blue Dragon Overlord would in fact come looking.
And do you think she's bluffing? It seems kind of odd that, almighty, the most powerful blue dragon would, other than Varkesh, would, take an interest.
Well, these grimoires are really a big deal.
There's more than one? I thought you all had the only one.
No. All the major families of casters in the Jinsen Desert have a family grimoire. I mean, the only ones that I've actually seen are the ones that I own, the Cinder Tongue family one, and the Bakhar family, the Bakhar family grimoire. Those are the only two I've actually heard tell of. And they're very secret and guarded and all that stuff. And I mean, do I remember how long is it till my birthday? Is it today or the next day? I think. Well,
technically, if you go by the midnight hour, it's today.
I think it's today. Yeah. Actually, Grandpappy said that something would happen on my birthday, and it's today.
Oh, happy birthday!
Yep, big 1-8.
I did not know you were so young.
Well, how old are you?
Not telling.
Wow.
That isn't nice.
I'm like 27.
That's it's a little different.
It's like 10 years older.
Okay.
31.
Well, so that's essentially what she said. Can I do like a retroactive insight check to try and will you allow it, or
for what?
For like seeing how how if she was laying it on thick or that sort of thing, if she was being deceptive.
Sure. You can make an insight check trying to analyze the nature of the dream and knowing your sister to some degree.
Mm-hmm. Not a good check for me. Oh.
All right. You do know that she is capable of deception. If she needs to, she will use any of her skills to her advantage. But you do also know that she has a very keen magical skill of divination that allows her to see paths ahead, predict the future, and know the course of events. So when she speaks with confidence sometimes, you could believe her to be capable of knowing exactly what the outcome will be. So it's hard to know for sure if she's bluffing or if she knows something you don't.
Well, I believe her to the point that I do not give up the grimoire tonight at sunset, then there will be a lot of people coming after me, and she mentioned you all as well. So we would have 2 very powerful blue dragons coming after us.
That sucks.
Yeah. I'd wake up Rook, but he looked really tired, and there's not like a super time limit on this, so we can just tell him in the morning.
Yeah. We'll figure it out tomorrow. We have to handle Rook's family.
Yeah.
And now your family. Still need to check out Varkesh's family thing that's going on here.
And she knows we're in Trylock. She said a meeting place just north of the city. So, you guys, if you guys could just stay up for a few more minutes, I want to talk to Grandpappy really quick, and then I'll start my watch. Is that okay?
Yeah, I'll stay up. Varkesh, you can go ahead and pass out if you want to.
Keel's out.
Okay, and Farkesh goes and finds a new dirt spot to sleep
Why
in.
does it have to be dirt? It's grass.
Grass, dirt, earth, land. You find a spot and you conk out.
Thank you.
So, Smokey and Valindra. Smokey, hand on the grimoire.
I'll actually open it and just flip through it. It's going to just take a cursory look to see if anything's changed.
Currently, the grimoire has not changed yet.
Okay. In that case, he will close it and concentrate. Grandpappy?
Alright, as you do the awakening ritual, you do hear a familiar voice. Hello, my grandson, how are you this day?
Well, it's been a day, but you know what? I made it to 18. So
Is it? What time is it now?
it's probably a little after midnight.
Oh, so it is just the very beginning of your birthday. Very good. You must make sure to complete the ritual. You must hold on to me and not let go for the full duration of the day. Once it is over, then you will be fully attuned to my secrets.
Fuck!
Okay. So when you say hold on to you, do you mean like physically?
Yes, you must not break contact with me at all times. You must remain with me.
Good luck.
Okay. So, okay, I'm glad that this is coming out in the open, and that I knew about this, as soon as possible. So, okay, Grandpappy, you can sense me, right?
Yes, you're touching me.
Yes, but you can sense that I'm of your bloodline and all that kind of stuff, and that I have a magical connection to you, that sort of thing.
Oh, no, I do not know this until you have fully attuned yourself to me. Then I will know.
Oh.
Only one of the true bloodlines is able to truly attune to me.
Great. Well, so it's just that my sister, I think I've told you about her before. She sent me a dream spell, and she said that apparently I'm not supposed to be, the rightful heir. But I thought I thought the only ones who could use the grimoire at all were the people who were meant to use them.
Yes, only those of the Genasi bloodlines are able to use me.
Well, I mean, is there some... Well, let's say that there were two Ganassi children of the same bloodline, and they both want the grimoire. How is it decided who's the one who gets it?
During my day, whenever we had a disagreement, it was settled on the field. Whoever bested the other in combat would typically get the grimoire.
Okay. Was there any sort of like ancient, laid down ironclad rules that you must do this or must not do that?
Each was settled by its own family. If someone in the family members were able to agree without needing to go to blows, they would. It is a very personal matter.
Yeah. Can an individual possess two grimoires if they have blood from two different family lines?
All families are linked together, my grandson. You must know this. Ancestry comes from an origin point.
Well, okay, yes, but is there a precedent for a person being in possession of two different grimoires?
As far as I know, no one has tried to attune themselves to more than one. Should they do so, it could be detrimental, but not impossible.
Okay. So do not let the grimoire physically leave contact with myself.
Yes, once you begin the ritual, you must begin it.
Yeah, is there anything beyond the ritual besides, just bodily contact?
You must retrace the activation to make me come alive again. But once you do, I shall begin attuning to you, since you are of appropriate age.
Okay, but is there anything else? I don't want to mess this up.
No, once you do it, it will begin. When it begins, though, I will no longer be able to talk to you. For the duration of the entire day, I shall be mute. And the effects of the spellbook will also be suppressed. You cannot make it go invisible, and you cannot use it to suppress my own consciousness. If others were to touch me, they would know of my existence. This is a very vulnerable state for me, my grandson. You must not let anyone else touch me.
Not touch.
Okay. Well, at least I get to think about what my abilities to choose tomorrow that would best do this situation.
What situation is this?
Well, I mean, we're planning to go into a pretty possibly dangerous situation to help one of my friends' families who apparently are under attack. And, my stepsister has asked me to either deliver you to her by sunset of this day, or else apparently I'm so sorry, what is the title of the grand?
The grand...
So
the suzerain?
Or else the suzerain's wrath will come upon me and my friends.
You have incurred the wrath of the suzerain?
So, remember when we were talking about your granddaughter, Corona?
Yes.
So I don't have the whole story. But from what I understand, as she was the heir, because her son was not magical, she was in possession of the grimoire for years and years and years and years. And she passed it on to me, and I don't think it was with the approval of the local dragon Kazor or the suzerain, and she told me to flee.
I trust that you made the right decision. If she told you to do this, this is correct.
I mean, I was always taught to respect my elders and stuff, and I mean, I trust her with my life and everything.
Very good. Family is everything.
Okay.
But remember, grandson, if you are competing in possession of this grimoire, if your sister attempts to take the book while you are attuning to it, I could inevitably be attuned to her. If she is to take possession of the book before the ritual is completed, I will have no choice but to bond with the closest bloodline that is holding me.
But wouldn't she need the 24 hours to attune and stuff?
Once you activate it, I am susceptible, and I will continue the ritual during this time. And then whoever finishes holding the book after the end will be the one who is bonded to me.
Well, if it's whoever's holding you at the last second, why do I have to keep in contact with you for 24 hours?
Should you break, and if no other bloodline is there for me to bond to, I will disappear.
Forever?
My knowledge will be lost. I must bind with someone of our family line. If no one is holding me at the end of the duration, I will become nothing.
Okay, I understand that it doesn't quite make sense to me if I have to hold you for 24 hours, but she can just hold you for 1 minute at the end and still get all the benefits.
Because you are both linked, the same blood. As long as one of you holds it, I will attune to the same lineage, the same line.
What if we were both holding it at the end?
I do not wish to see the outcome of that, but it
Okay.
could be a competition of wills, grandson.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Well, Grandpappy, enjoy your nap, and I will use
Begin
my
the
hand.
ritual.
Yep, I will retrace.
Alright. As you retrace to begin the ritual this time, it does activate, and the book does seem to kind of hum for a second. Valindra, as you're watching it, it seems to almost vibrate slightly before it ceases and doesn't move.
That's a weird book.
Yeah, and I get to hold it physically to my body for the next 23 hours and 48 minutes.
I mean, can you like strap it to yourself and like hide it under your shirt?
Yeah, that's kind of my idea.
We can probably ask Varkesh to make a harness or something for it.
That would be good.
And then you just strap it to your stomach, and you're in contact with it at all times. It's harder for other people to get.
Yeah, that sounds like a really good idea.
Proving the stereotype once more.
Of what?
Oh, that Valindra and Rook see Varkesh as someone who makes things.
All right, well,
He likes to make things. He offers to make things all the time. If we don't let him make things, he gets offended. There's just like, there's no win with him.
Thank you would be nice.
All right.
I fucking say thank you every time.
so Valindra, why don't you go to sleep? You're sounding just slightly cranky.
Damn it.
All right.
Victor will go to sleep.
All right. As Smokey keeps an eye out, make a perception check, Smokey.
Okay.
She's a bit cranky.
All right.
All
You
my
again
good rolls were
are.
early.
You're looking around, but you feel a bit of hesitation and second thoughts come to your mind as you're trying to figure out the whole situation. But your time passes, allowing you to awaken Rook to take his shift.
Hey, Rook. It's your turn.
Oh, okay. Yes, well. Well, kind of sits up, moves out of the fire. Did anything of import happen while I was out?
Yes. So, I don't know if you've been keeping track or if I told you, but today's my birthday. I turned 18, so I'm able to more fully attune to the family grimoire that I carry. But in order to do this, I have to keep in physical contact with it for 24 hours and not let anyone else touch it for that amount of time.
Right. Well, happy birthday, but also, aren't you like that all the time anyway?
Now it's really, really much more important because that could disturb the bonding process. So
This highly inconvenient timing. We needed to go back into the city.
I think we can do that still. Valindra was thinking of some ideas, that could maybe, use some bandages to strap it to my chest or something, or just, get a little creative. But just letting you know, this is a thing. And hopefully Lulu will come through with all those diamonds, and I can make us, I have some ideas.
Right.
Yeah, just don't go running off by yourself.
Yes, of course. I'll keep
You
that
say
in mind.
that.
And that's about all you'll get from me. Happy birthday, go to sleep.
Okay, and Smokey does, and he's curled up around the grimoire.
Okay. Make a perception check for me, Rook, as you take your watch.
These people sassing me, damn.
15. All right. You feel that as you wait for dawn, no one disturbs your camp. It's a very isolated place, and it's still close to civilization that most wildlife tend not to come by. And you find yourselves able to fully complete the long rest, spell slots return to full, and time for you to prepare your spells for the day ahead as we now awaken on Smokey's birthday as the countdown begins. So, what do you all wish to do?
Breakfast!
Well, time is sort of the essence with the combination of people under Varkesh's friendly family's heel coming to town.
What does that mean? I haven't done anything.
No, you haven't done anything directly, but your father's people, they're coming towards town to deal with the vault situation. Speaking of, we should probably tell the mage that we have his wife.
Ah, good point.
So that he can make some efforts to leave. Would be good.
Hey guys, how necessary do we think seeming is?
At this point, 50-50.
I mean, Rook, if your family wants you and we want to talk to your family.
Yes, at this point there's no point in the seeming, I think, at least as far as that goes, and we haven't seen in our personal forms as of yet. So.
Okay. Smokey verbally yips and turns his pages.
No seeming for you today.
Nope.
Concerns by how excited you are by that, but
I may have to battle my sister tonight, so planning more around that.
Well, that being the case, isn't that sanctum thing that you do designed to prevent her from finding us?
Yep, I don't trust her not to pull out every single resource she has to track me down before midnight tonight. That would include dragons.
Okay.
There's too many dragons hunting us. One is too
Apparently.
many, but two is just way too many.
Next thing we know, we'll find out that my mother wasn't actually a tiefling, but she's actually a dragon too, and wants me dead for some reason. And
seems more likely that she'd be
patron's actually a dragon and wants us dead for some reason too.
No, if that happens, I'm out, you guys. No more dragons for
At
me.
that point, we might as well just fall on our own blades and call it done. Fuck, I thought I had family problems.
You have the most normal family of all of us, apparently.
And they're literal crime moguls.
My family's normal.
Your family was an adopted clergy that apparently you don't like at all.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's more normal than a fucking crime family.
Okay. I'm just looking over my spells. Smokey is in his book.
Marcus has no opinion on this at all. Though he does take interest in remembering the name Suzerain. It intrigues him.
Mm-hmm.
And he wants to know more. Hopefully Smokey can potentially tell him more.
You ask?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Because he's focusing on the spells right now. He's just like looking at the screen going, eh?
Multitasking.
Oh, I thought he was actually doing that in player characters, like whatever Valinda
All
was
time.
saying.
Everything is all
reality.
in.
Connor is looking at his spell slots, trying to break the game.
How do I win?
Cheat code.
But so the suzerain, they pretty much preside over all of the Jinsen Desert. All of the blue dragons who run the oases report back to him or her. I actually don't really know who holds the title at this point.
Make a history check with disadvantage.
Okay. Disadvantage for history. I'm pretty good with a natural 3.
You know it's a him. The name.
Okay.
The name evades you, but you know it's a him.
Okay. No, I remember it's a guy. It's a male.
It's a dude.
For all the good it does. So yeah, I mean, heck, maybe it's your dad.
Don't joke.
I'm being totally serious right now.
I'm being very serious too. Do not say that my dad is apparently that thing, which is apparently even worse than the thing that he already is. Wait a minute.
I don't think it's too likely, but I mean...
Thank you for the follow, Wolf.
Thinking about that,
I mean, we did hear someone say that his home is the Jensen, which makes sense because that's where the Blue Dragons live collectively. But we met him in person, and he didn't seem interested in me at all, aside from trying to fry me.
Yeah, that happened. That just begs the question: what's he doing out of the desert? And
trying to expand his power.
And why would he not be interested in apparently something that's quite potent, like your grimoire?
Well, I did tell you. So, Rook, I dreamed last night that my sister contacted me, and she basically said, to give you a fuller story, I need to surrender the grimoire to her by sunset tonight at the north of Trilux. She gave me a specific location, or else she basically... the overlord of blue dragons would be on my butt.
Wonderful. Well, in an effort to make us a less desirable target, that's even more reason for us to be in the city. I cannot imagine the dragon would really care for torching an entire city seeking you, after all.
How big is this city?
Well, Trilok, it's massive.
How big is the city, AJ?
Trilok is quite huge. It was originally a city that you can see that extended across the lake. Originally, the entire city was that little triangle segment. That was where the old place was before it was destroyed and ransacked during the Age of Reckoning. The new district, the part that has been built up to be more towards the humanoid and demi-humanoid races, that is a city on itself, similar to Bylok, but appropriate in size to, the lesser races. So imagine having 2 cities, one for the humanoids and a second one in ruins with many different sized, large dragon-sized architecture in the back.
Wait a minute.
Alright, I need to prepare this stuff. Where do I put it?
Now, this is just an idea. What if my dad and this suzerain chap don't like each other?
I mean, that's lovely, except they both don't like us either.
But just hear me out. What if... because Varkish never grew up in the Jinsen Desert or know very much about his own heritage, but he could imagine that, given the attitude that his dad has, which stinks, by the way, that he probably tried to fight the other one. Think about it.
I mean, it's pretty possible. Dragons can get pretty territorial, especially if they're trying to be on top. I mean, there can only be one.
But if Suzerain is the big kahuna, we both saw my dad. He was massive. So
yeah, he was ancient.
Maybe he tried to fight the Suzerain for power?
I mean, Grandpappy did say that the only reason that he could think of that a blue dragon would not be in the Jensen and be doing all the stuff that I described your dad doing is if he was banished.
So he was... All right, just hypothetical. Dad's a dickhead. We all know this.
Mm-hmm.
maybe had a scrap with the suzerain. The suzerain beat him. My dad has a bit of an attitude problem, is a sore loser, leaves the Ginseng Desert, and that's why we're seeing all these weird mutants running about. Like he's trying to build an army of some kind.
I mean, he is.
Well-
Oh, that reminds me. I will. Can you show me the statue of the lady we found?
Oh, yeah, that woman who just open up the bag of holding, drag out the petrified woman.
All right,
I want-
as you pull out the statue, the large, basically humanoid creature that is laying on its back, as you gently pull it out. Varkesh, make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Isn't the Medusa, is it?
No, but please make a wisdom saving throw.
Because I've got to get rid of that corpse in my bag of holding.
Oh, no, that's fine. You're able to pull out whatever you wish, according to the bag's rules, but... Okay, great, thank you. Good.
No! You don't get to say thank you like that! No!
Yeah, just did.
You
All right.
bastard!
You pull out the statue, the very lifelike looking female who has just been pulled out. She's on the ground.
Ta-da.
I am looking. Varkesh.
Planning to take her out of that petrification right now, are you? There was a whole thing where...
No. I was just saying. I was thinking of sending a message to our elven friend, but then I remembered I didn't prepare sending today. I didn't prepare sending today.
Fine, so I'm going to waste a spell plot. That's fine. I'll do it. Varkesh will send a message to Stone Dude.
Mhm.
Cannot
Stone
remember
Dude.
his name for the life of me.
It's an E.
Something EL.
E-Dude.
It is Belindra and Bylock. Eldarin.
There you go.
Okay. Hello, have your wife. She's safe. Kind of. Still stone. Need to meet in Bylock.
Tell him to destroy as much of his work or sabotage it as much as he can.
Go rogue.
Rogue One.
Big stuff.
Rogue One.
Lotsa is one word.
Lots
Love
of...
Varkesh.
Three more. 3 more letters.
Come to us.
Come to us. Okay. All right. As you say that, he replies back, "Thank you. That is a relief to hear. I shall meet you at Bylock then, post haste. I shall not let them have any more." And that's it.
Apparently he's coming. He's going
You
to...
said Bylock. We're in Trilock.
I know, I said Trilock.
No, you said Bylock, and you are in Trilac. Bylock, Trilac.
They're too similar.
You know which one I meant.
You said
Jesus.
Bylocks.
Really? You're going to do this now?
I mean, did you mean Trilac or Bylock?
Yes, Trilac. I swear to God I said Trilac. We're going to have to go back in the recording and see if
You
I
said Bylock.
Bylock.
If everyone in the chat is telling me I said contrary to the opinion, I'm just going to choose to ignore it and say that I said what I said.
Okay, yeah. Chat, you can more than happily say, did he say B or tr? B or T?
He definitely says Bylock.
But yes, so do you...
You know which one I went.
Did you wish to quickly right-click the message, edit, and change it to...
Like, Control-Z quickly.
Yeah, very, very similar to the Discord sending. You just right-click, edit that. Okay, now we've
Yes.
changed it
It's exactly the same message, just
to Trilac.
to Trilac.
Okay, so he replies back, "I will meet you at Trilac." So,
Yes.
with the corrected version sent. It's good to know these things, because I thought you intentionally meant Bylock. I really did.
No.
Because you said that you would always meet up in Bylock, so he was just kind of under that assumption. But alright.
No.
Because he's nearby in Trilac. He's in the Greenwood.
Alrighty then. So, with the message sent, what do you wish to do now?
Breakfast, anybody?
Yeah, sure. Does anyone have any sort of advice? Valendra and I were kind of throwing ideas around of, I mean, it's not very practical just holding my grimoire. It has to stay in physical contact with me at all times. So we were thinking of something that, like, maybe, I don't know, wrapping...
Stop. I already have the perfect idea for you. A steel belt that girdles to your stomach at all costs, protecting it from the outside, but leaving it contacting with your skin on the inside.
And when I suggested, I'm being rude.
I mean, I think that would work well.
It does remind me, we need rope. We
That
keep
too.
finding situations where we need some rope and we have none.
That's a good point.
Yeah, that's like, been like
Luckily,
two.
we need to meet Lulu at the Merchant's Guild either way.
Okay, so I will start with breakfast, or Varkesh, you need me to stand still.
What?
to make the belt.
Just allow me to measure your inseam and everything else.
I don't think that's needed for a belt.
Shush, 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 shush. Shush.
Thank you. Someone redeemed inspiration for Verlindra.
Thanks,
Hey.
Kyle. I need it.
Yeah, you always knew.
Girl. Oh, are you still poisoned? How does that work?
No.
Oh, yeah,
Varkesh-
you use your 5th level.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, I've still got my inspiration points hanging around.
I don't think I do.
Oh, another one for Varkesh.
Varkesh.
Varkesh has
Hooray!
inspiration. All right, so we have 3 out of the 4 party members with inspiration right now.
Lovely, lovely, lovely.
Okay.
It's my birthday.
Yeah. And
It's
now,
my birthday.
Varkesh, you're going to use your artisan's blessing, or are you going to?
I
start
am
working?
going to do no such thing because I have no material to do it.
None whatsoever.
Actually, this is crossing a line for Smokey, but this is more important. Varkesh, I'm pretty sure you still have my brother's armor in your back in the bag of holding.
No, I kept very diligent track of everything.
I know we have his swords and his armor. I know we do.
Oh, we took it off of him. I don't know if we tossed in the bag.
I remember specifically taking his armor and putting it in the bag.
Yeah, I thought we did.
I rubbed stinky silt all over it.
I think we just totally disarmed him and put it off to the side, and then when your sister came in, she then just everything.
Yeah, and when it was, well, no, she wouldn't take his clothes because they would not be on him.
Yeah, they were set aside, so it would have just been laying on the side of the road if we didn't take it ourselves.
I will let.
I think we
I
did.
promise you, Smokey would not have left his brother's armor and swords behind. There is no way in hell.
Andrew, up to you.
I'll just say this. Let's just have, for all sakes and purposes, let's give Kayla a chance to roll a percentile die.
Oh God, why are you doing this to me? What did I do? Did I make you mad?
If you roll less than a 50, you have the armor. If you roll above a 50, you don't. There you go. See,
Got you guys.
this is the reason why in percentile dice, the lesser the roll, typically the better. So
You know, I'm kind of have mixed feelings about this because on one hand it worked, but on the other hand, you knew to come to me to roll low.
I did.
So if that doesn't say how bad things really are, then I don't know what does.
Well, that just means you need to roll classes that have a lot of percentile dice that need those low rolls.
Clerics.
Cleric.
That's about it.
Yeah.
But yes, so Valindra would have just occasionally taken that and then snuck it into Varkesh's bag. Just threw it in real quick.
Oh, looky here! I guess I was completely wrong.
Or just start playing Call of Cthulhu more, since that's how all of their checks work.
But that's fine. So do you wish to use your artisan's blessing for this? Or
I will use my artisan's blessing. I'm not
Alright.
wasting this slot,
So-
and I will basically convert the chess piece to be have a book pouch of steel pouch thing for a book to insert, and then you can touch the skin.
Certainly. All right. So you convert the armor, allowing it to be able to house the book safely and securely so that you may strap it to Smokey's chest. Smokey, you are unable to cast spells. You are improficient with this kind of armor. You are currently wearing armor. The armor is something you don't really have the means to use effectively.
Even if it's just a belt.
It's not just a belt.
But I thought Varkesh was just making a belt.
No, Varkesh
Oh,
basically made the armor plate so that it's securing and protecting the book from the front with a bit of a extra bracing in there so it can slide in securely. It is technically still armor right now.
You said you wanted it fully protected, but no one else can touch it but you, right?
Yeah, that's true. But I was thinking maybe like just a 3/4 box with just like the lid facing my chest or something, and it just be like attached to like maybe like a forward backpack or something. Like I can't move in this.
It's too easy to
That
get through.
sounds like an excellent way to draw a lot of unnecessary attention to us. Consider more like a belt pouch in the small of your back.
Like a fanny
Reform
pack.
it like that.
Fantastic.
It's a
And
very
this-
large fanny pack. The Grimoire is not a small book.
Well,
In
let's
the
think of
small
it
of
this
your
way.
back, not on the front.
Well, let's think of it this way. You really need to make sure no one fucks around with that book and touch it. This steel breastplate will make sure that doesn't happen. In the
Well-
meantime, we three can protect you.
But Varkesh, I have no ability to cast magical spells.
We have business in town.
No.
This is pressing matters.
You could
He
take it out
needs
of
to
the
be able to cast.
Well, okay,
time.
Varkesh. Wait, not Varkesh. Sorry, Smokey. You have a backpack, right? Smokey has a backpack.
Yeah.
I mean, Varkesh, can you somehow attach the book to his backpack so that it's always on his back?
I mean, that just sounds like a backpack.
The book bag.
Yeah, I don't know what you people. You know what? Never mind. Do what you want. I'm done suggesting.
I imagine Valindra's is basically
I'm out. I will just sit here quietly until somebody asks Valindra's opinion of me. I can't do
it's a
it anymore.
backpack with a hole in the middle so it can touch you.
Yeah, and just there's no way to remove it, essentially.
It's made of fabric. So,
Well, could
Valindra will just start playing fetch with Winnie. She can't. She's done suggesting things to the group. She can't do it anymore. She's out.
At the moment, because Varkesh is capable of manipulating metal specifically, or things that have a majority of metal in them. In order to make a harness, he would need some leather to make the straps, capable of you having a very weird version of S&M with a book.
Kinky.
I'd take it there.
I mean, where else do you wear a harness?
Smokey will try to start taking off the armor.
Okay, it's easy to take off.
Okay. While maintaining like freaking one hand, what the freaking twister on the book.
Varkesh just watches this.
Okay. Well,
You looked adorable in breastplate, by the way.
I'm shocked you were able to make that fit me, but in any
There's no
case,
end to my talents.
maybe we can if we're picking up Miss Lulu, maybe we can get some supplies at the Traders Guild and just make do there. For now, I'll just carry it.
Can you make it invisible?
Not today.
Can someone else make it invisible?
If I were holding it and they cast invisibility on me, but that spell generally only lasts an hour.
Or if you can't see
Also,
An option today.
me.
That wouldn't have worked for my sister. I have much more faith in her than that.
I have a lovely idea. I can make an armored shell that I can weld onto my backplate, and Smokey can be in it like a little turret. And he can fire his magic out through the grates, and I can carry him around. Well, be nice and safe and protected inside that little canister.
I'm just imagining an airplane cat carrier on his back.
Pretty much.
well, that would be hilarious. Would it not slow you down significantly?
No.
Varkesh, one of my strengths is my mobility.
Your point?
We shouldn't disrupt my strengths.
Well, you have to maintain contact with a magical book for a whole 24 hours. I mean,
I say we go to the Traders Hall.
Okay. I mean, a cat dragon tank sounds pretty cool.
Cat dragon tank.
Cat dragon tank.
All right, so
I put the armor back in his bag of holding.
okay, the adjusted armor.
Apparently, this needs to be verbalized every single time.
He took armor and he That's what happened.
Okay.
But yeah. But you can, if you have leather straps, you could make that, but I don't.
I will attempt to make what he would like.
Do you have
What?
leather or cloth on you?
Lindra has often suggested towards this belt.
I do have an old set of leather armor I am no longer wearing.
Okay.
So yeah, if you could just make it like across here, then like around here, just like there's no way to get it off.
Right. Well, I'm not going to blow a spell slot for that, so I'm going to make it by hand.
You can do a second channel divinity if you want.
Yeah, you get him back every short rest.
Yeah, might as well.
All right.
So I'll do another channel divinity.
So, as the channel divinity goes on, Varkesh imbues the leather, stripping it into long, nice, intricate strips to be made into a harness with metal buckles and latches that allow it to be able to work for the divine spell, because it needs to have some metal in it. So you can see little bits here and there gleaming. Varkesh puts little Varkesh head studs, his trademark, across the thing. But it is...
thumbs up engraving.
Thumbs ups, yeah. You definitely have a one-of-a-kind Varkesh-made harness that is allowed to strap to your person where the book can sit comfortably as a large grimoire can be, fully stuck right there on your person.
Is it in the front or the back?
Where would you like it to be?
I kind of want it the front.
You can have it on the front.
Front
Bending
it is.
over might be a problem, but you have it on the front.
Yep, and I'm put my robes on over it.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So I look a little chubbier with a
little
square
square.
gut.
Like the rectangle.
But yes, you have
It's to
successfully...
be a square.
It's a teeny bit noticeable seeing a kind of protrusion right there a little bit.
Does anyone have any extra cloth or clothes or anything?
Sorry, I didn't take tailoring as a profession.
It's okay. Well, I'll
Not
probably
destroying mine.
I'll buy some clothes at the Traders Guild, and I'll just try and stuff it to make it maybe a little less noticeable.
Okay, getting some, maybe like a loose cowl to drape over the top to give it that.
Just like put in some volume around the edges.
Okay, sure, you'll just make yourself like an inflated suit. Fine, easily enough. So,
I still have, because we went to that fancy dinner banquet thing
yes.
with Luke. I still have my dress, right?
Did you keep it with you?
Probably. She would have taken
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
it's I'll just hand in my dress.
Yep, just start filling it in.
Okay.
I use the strap says to give it some, to fasten it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Weaving it and knotting it as much as you can to secure it to your body with the harness, you fill out the form, giving it a little less of what you would consider a right-angled look. So it's more natural. It's a little warm and a little uncomfortable. Right. You might get some wet patch fur there, but you're okay for the most part.
I grew up in the desert. This is nothing. Let's go.
All right. So, with Smokey strapped and ready to go, and Varkesh and Valindra and Rook right behind you, you make your way to the city, going through the gates, heading towards the Trader's Hall, without a seeming spell on.
Yep.
Okay. Are you trying to do it as quietly and stealthily, as casually as you can, trying to keep an eye out to make sure you're not noticed, or are you just brazenly walking?
Sure.
My hood's up, and I'm trying to draw as little attention as possible.
Okay.
My hood is also up.
I am Varkesh. Drawing or attempting to not draw attention is impossible.
All right. Those of you who wish to try and maybe perhaps at least keep a low
I'll be a little, I'll split off from the party maybe like 20 feet or so.
Okay, make a stealth check for me. Those of you who wish to be quiet and subtle. Varkesh, you will do it at disadvantage if you do it.
Yeah.
All right.
Rolls.
No, it's not that
That's
bad.
not bad. Same with Smokey. And
8 on die.
Valindra, are you just walking natural?
No, I'm trying to... Yep, there it is. 8.
Okay. So, the party is making their way as quietly and cautiously.
Can I not be loud and therefore give Valindra the advantage on stealth?
Just sacrifice yourself as the target?
Yeah, just be really loud, one-man band, drum in front of me type deal.
Well, if you absolutely want it to be what we would call the distraction.
Yep.
Well, sadly for you, Varkesh, it's very difficult to be as quiet as you can be anyways as a large blue dragonborn in appearance for what most people assume you to be. As you make your way down the streets, trying to hopefully reach the Trader's Hall, Rook notices that there are a few Kenku watching. A few more. You now are slightly surrounded by Kenku as you are now reaching the square in front of the Trader's Hall, as there is a flock, a murder of crows, perched on rooftops in alleyways, keeping an eye on you, and some sending out messages, or seeming to be either reconveying what they are seeing or strategizing on what they wish to do with you. But this is something you are aware of, and those of you, I believe, with a perception higher than Rook has the highest, right? You have a 16?
Yeah, 20.
20. And does anyone else have a 16?
15.
All right. So just Rook. So Rook, you notice this is a growing concern as you finally reach the Trader's Hall. Making your way safely past the doors, you are inside the long expanse as you move towards the back in order to try and find Lulu and her current success with the contract. And that's where we're going to end it for tonight, as you are now trapped inside the Trader's Hall, being surrounded slowly but surely by the Kenku clans.
Can we just kill your family? Because we've all agreed that we're going to end up killing my dad. So
yeah, but your dad's a dick.
Exactly.
And the fucking murder of crows, all that bollocks. Roast chicken would be great right about now.
I don't think his family is the issue. I think it's all the other clans that are interested in stealing away the ringleader's son of the rival gang.
I'm looking forward to finding out more about Rook's family.
Yeah.
So, with you all successfully surviving the vaults, making your way out, learning about Smokey's little countdown going now, he has to make a decision. He has time to choose, but not much left, and perhaps things could make a big turn after sunset. So, be sure to come in next week to see what happens, the decisions they make, and the outcomes that they will create. But thank you again, and of course, we operate every Sunday here at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And of course, the time you spend with us, you are accumulating those Hoda points, which you saw were purchasing inspiration that can be given to the players to help roll those very crucial and important ability checks, saving throws, or anything that in between. But of course, other than that, we have our games that are on Monday, Tuesday, and now soon to be Wednesday. So please keep an eye out for that, and keep an eye out for the channel improving as we are growing. We are also adding more. So we hope to see you again next week, and from all of us here, thank you so much for joining us. Have a great evening, everybody. Take care.
Good night.
Bye.
Have a good one, guys.
And slowly waiting for the stream to just catch up before I take it at the end. But
As we do.
should be doing it fine.
So, this is the best part. I'm telling you, we gotta get like an end title card.
We will. We absolutely will. And we will be getting an intro card. And